How's it going, everybody? I am Donut. This is, as always, a Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards, and trans rights supporting channel. If you're not supporting that shit, get the fuck off this channel. We are reading Junji, a collection called Deserter by Viz. This is a collection of all of Junji Ito's earliest one-shots in order. His first thing he ever did was Tomei, and then, obviously that carried on for many, many, many years, but that was, the original Tomei issue was, his original, very first debut one-shot. Now, we are going to be reading all of his one-shots from the 80s. That is what Deserter is. It's every single one-shot from the 80s, in order. Not much to say about it aside from that. We're going to be, every year, reading another collection of one-shots in order, though after this one, I'm going to have to organize them myself because it's all over the place. Deserter is the only one that is in order, and it does happen to be also like one of the biggest collections, but and it also is from the very start forward. So, very helpful. Thank you, Viz. Hopefully also, with each year, we get more and more and more Junji Ito stuff by Viz. So, also, hopefully, they will cover more of this stuff, or else we're going to have to read the Comics 1 versions, which are flipped, mirrored, you read it left to right. Anyway, that's a year away, but this one, let's check it out. Very creepy cover here, but it's going to be some early Junji Ito stuff, so curious, how well it's going to be. And I like the font here where it's fully colored in, and then slowly starts to get less and less colored in as we go on. Looking like a detective kind of kid here, and then just two actual teenagers. But nothing much more to say about the cover. Let's just get into it. Starting off with Biohouse. Again, the second one-shot he ever made. I mean, also, he didn't have any series during the 80s aside from Tomei, I believe. There's one more, which we will maybe also read for this Halloween. Maybe, Oshikiri or something like that. But yeah, we might read that one. That one was 87, so we'll get there. But, anyway, Biohouse. Got a head bleeding, and then a body here crumpled up next to it, I think. This is very big, so hold on. I want blood. His blood. That unparalleled flavor. That fragrance. I have to have it. Okay. Not very typical for Junji Ito. Something like this, stating what, the thing is right off the bat. And then the panels of the comic are blood spilling down as well. Lake, roadside mountain, car. It's in the middle of the night, I guess. Oh, lovely countryside house. Now this is a setting for a Junji Ito story. And the swirling darkness from within inside. Okay, and here's the two people on the cover. Okay, inside, and we got some workers playing music, it seems like. Yep, the servants. Some very intricate art here, just for, how simple this typically looks. It does put some effort into shots like this to really make it stand out. Okay, so the job she's working at is a biotechnology place, so okay. That's where our title's gonna come in. She gonna, make a cloned head, or, the company making a cloned head, or something like that. But they both share a hobby. I don't know if you'd call it a hobby, Sarah, but I do have a penchant dining on the unusual. Into repulsive fare. Is that, just a way that, saying, gross food? But, okay, yep, I see. But I don't know, she's like, So, does she actually, or is she just, pretending to have this, this hobby in line with him? But, there's, spiders and crickets, and, I don't know what that is, the skin of something, I assume. Some, praying mantises, and also a grasshopper, a rhinoceros beetle, cockroaches, I don't know, hair? What is that? And then just fruit off to the side. Cicadas, lizards. Lizards where you're serving, you cleaned it out and it's just the guts in one and just the eyeballs in another. Eyeballs from a bunch of stuff. Then assumably just two alcohols of just normal. And then, larva, I don't know, maybe eggs or something. Hard to tell what that is. And then I think earwigs. Ugh, yikes. Most of my friends prefer to eat their insects alive. Live? Ugh, but okay, so these live camel crickets right here, not too many can shout out on them. You just said most of my friends prefer them alive. But I guess you just mean in general in humanity. But okay, so these are alive. How do you keep them on the plate? Are they drugged or something? Or and they even have parasites sometimes. But okay, he's actually pretty old, but he's so full of life because of this. And yeah, she's trying hard not to like vomit. Yeah, so you don't like him alive. But the fried lizard alone is not going to be enough. But okay, so the fried lizard was the only one that's not alive here. The rest of them are all alive. How do you keep him from moving? You got something special to finish off. Yeah, okay, he's got me beat. Okay, so she does enjoy this stuff, but, you know, only dead. She does not like them alive. And okay, just brings her blood. Human blood? I do like snake blood, but that's not snake blood. Ah, you don't like it then. Oh, what a vomit. It's so gross. What is it? It's my blood. His eyes fucking go white. It's my blood, fresh from my veins. You'll drink it, won't you? This is a joke. I might enjoy unusual cuisine with your blood. You're saying you won't? You'll drink a snake's blood but not mine? It's crazy that like snake's blood is normal to her, but his blood tastes like super gross. I mean, to be fair, look at what he's eating. No wonder his blood tastes super gross. Gonna force it down her. Okay, slaps it away. Yeah, he's fucking crazy. He's fucking crazy. Okay, and straight from his veins, but like he like cuts his neck and pours it out of there. Yeah, just scars all over, and another one. God, this guy. A beauty like you drinking my blood, that makes it all worth it. Okay, that's why her specifically. God, just sprays it in front of her. This is crazy. Through the fucking people playing music, spraying blood spraying blood all over their faces. And they're vampires. They're vampires. There's that blood. I don't know if they're... Yeah, they don't have bottom fangs, so definitely like vampires. But okay, then they just all attack him. You get out of there in time. But alright, if you get that girl, you can drink your fill. I assume he just lets them, you know, eat him all the time, maybe? And yeah, even her as well, laughing it up. This is so different from a normal Junji thing, but I actually really like it. Seeing him do, like, actual, just, like, monster stuff where they are, like, chasing you, trying to get you and stuff like that, rather than just, like, a... Like, this is scary rather than spooky, but I like seeing Junji do scary stuff, too. God, they're just slurping it all on the floor. Oh, but now she can't get out the front door, so... Yeah, you're just gonna lock yourself up here? I don't think that's a good idea. And there's a bunch of bugs in here, too. Yep, that's where he keeps them all. There's Bloody Minded, and then there's this. Maybe he overate. No, I don't think that's what's going on. And just sees a bug that's huge, enormous, half the size of her. Freaks the fuck out. That's an enormous fucking bug. Holy shit. And then, oh my god, just vomits up the blood into her face. Ugh. And then, okay, this is just like his pet, basically. The only mutant camel cricket left in this world after an accident in the middle of a gene-switching experiment. Oh, I see, so that's how he's so fucking huge. Oh my god. Gonna feed her to the bug. Make it grow even bigger. Nope. Okay, slam a tank straight down his head. Fuck yeah. Holy shit, this girl's got balls. She took him out. And the snakes. Don't go after us, go after him, please. Oh my god, not this fucking giant. Okay, we kicked it and that made him pissed off. That pissed him off again. God, this art's really creepy. It's so different from Ito. It doesn't feel like him at all, but it's so creepy. And now, all of them are starting to get out. They're going to start eating each other. Or they're just going to go all on him, start eating him. Yeah, they just already encircled him. Just chowing down on this man. Yeah, how ironic. Now he's being eaten by what he ate. Go on upstairs. There's plenty for you there. She's just taking charge. Just taking charge. Oh, I love this one. I wish we got more Junji Ito stories like this. Simply by, like, you know, the main character having a lot of personality. Like, you know, it's not his thing, I know. He likes the characters that are just like a conduit for the story. But I really enjoyed this one. Both our characters had so much personality, they did not feel like an Ito character. Oh, that one was good. Okay, I would give that one an 8 out of 10. I think I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I'll be generous for this one. It was good. It was very unique, like, for Ito. Next up we got Face Thief. And awesome. Her like, face starts to become a girl with a mirror in it, looking at the face she's going to steal. But actually, this looks like a boy who's going to steal a face. So, I don't know. And he puts her up front, and again, like, up front, easier to keep an eye on me here. She's got so much personality. I wonder, like, I mean, I guess I know why he decided against that, because if you have a character with a lot of personality, then the story will inherently be less creepy. They're kind of at odds with each other, and so, having a story that's very uneasy, creepy, almost Lovecraftian in a way, with, like, just that, like, a lot of the horror comes from mechanism type stuff or from not understanding stuff. Like, once you start to understand it, it becomes a little bit less creepy. And so, like, all that works in conduit with humans who are cattle. Humans who are just a conduit for the story, people to be killed, people to be affected by the story. I mean, JoJo does a very similar thing with all its background characters and stuff like that, which lends JoJo a very creepy, almost Lovecraftian thing with the stands and stuff like that. So I understand completely why he does it. And the ones where he, has the character have a little bit more personality does tend to be the more, like, series ones, where also it's going to be a short series and it's not supposed to be, like, a creepy series. More so as it's just supposed to be something he wants to do. I would say, like, Hellstar Remina is a good example. Even something like Black Paradox, where they're not supposed to be creepy stories. They are just supposed to be more like a fun, scary, sort of thing. And I think, like, the same sort of thing with Last Chapter, as we saw, closer to Black Paradox or Hellstar Remina than, Gyo or Uzumaki or Tomei or anything like that. I mean, I think Tomei is also a good example of his style, of, like, Tomei is a perfect example of someone who, like, doesn't even understand her own powers, because that lends more into the creepy aspect. The more somebody doesn't know, or the more somebody can be faced with absolute horror and brush it off, that's the specialty of Ito. But, like, that's the opposite of what we did last chapter, and yeah, I wonder how we're going to do this chapter. But, okay, so one of the girls speaks up, wanting to be sat next to the new student, and everybody's like, okay, why, but, like, I assume just, like, such a kind of weird thing to ask, but maybe it's something more. But, okay, I guess, yeah, but we'd have to, like, switch seats with somebody else and stuff like that, but, okay. I don't think it's that crazy of a thing to ask, though. Yeah, what's with this girl? I'm going to enjoy these personalities that we have while we have them. But yeah, trying real hard to become her friend right off the bat. But I also get it, I've done this before, having a new transfer student come into school and then worming my way in, making sure I'm one of their first friends, get on the ground floor. But yeah, this girl, pretty mean girl. You're nowhere near my league. I got kicked out of my old school because I did whatever the hell I wanted. I'm going to be Queen Bee here, too. Okay. So this is not like a moving situation. You were kicked out. And yanks on her uniform, so deal with it. Oh, Machida, you're so pretty. This girl's so down bad. Oh my god. Getting bullied by her, getting yanked on by her, and her immediate response just, oh, you're so pretty. But she's still just following her around. Yep, still just following her around. Please, let me come with you. I'll be your servant. She's so down bad. I'll do anything. Shoplift, cheat, anything. Oh my god. This is such a great fucking Yuri series already. Oh. You want to shoplift? Do it by yourself. I think she's gonna do it thinking that, she wants her to, but. And yeah, you're her sister, right? Can you do something about her? Don't think she's my sister. Or, she's gonna say, she's not my sister. Yep, not my sister. Not related at all. But she looks just like you. Nope, she did the same thing to her, stole her face. Yeah, well, she's not lying. Yep, she stole her face, certainly. And maybe that's why the teacher and stuff was like, but maybe they know she can steal faces, but this is like a situation where they can't do anything about it because she's too powerful or something. Like that one Twilight Zone episode with the kid. But I mean, yeah, this is perfect, this setup, because like I would say also Junji Ito's, specialty, I think, is love, like romance, love, and like, because that goes into when you're in love, you overlook things, And, you know, his characters supernaturally overlook the horror in situations and the weirdness in situations to absurd degrees in certain cases. And, like, yeah, I think that leads so well into romance aspects of all this stuff. But, yeah, so I think it lines up perfectly. But it's also interesting that, yeah, he did a lot more, like, what I would think of as, like, shoujo sort of stuff in the past. Even, like, Tomei, you know, is a lot of, like, girls and other girls, versus most of his stuff is, you know, like, girls being jealous of other girls as well. But, like, you know, that's a very shoujo thing as well. But then, you know, I would say most of his other stuff is, like, boys being jealous of other girls, or boys being jealous of other boys. He's definitely a lot more boy-centric going forward into, like, the 90s forward. Okay, yeah, this girl, you got no idea how the world works. I'll teach you just how scary it is. And she's gonna beat her up. But she's gonna like it, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure she's gonna be into this. But yeah, first and last lesson, go back to your old seat tomorrow. And then stopped by the boy who's watching. Yep. Stop it, you're no match for her. You're no match for her. Yeah, so they know how powerful she is. And yeah, hey, Kame, you should just quit it too. Thanks for saving me, Hibino. This girl, she seems so innocent and so cute, but what has she got under the surface? Yeah, he's worried about what's to come. Shouldn't get too close to her, stay as far away as you can. But how do we do that? She wants something. The thing is, she's trying to steal you. Steal me? Like how? Kidnap me? No, not like that. She's not normal. I know, she's listening in. I love her just keeping the bloody nose and the bloody lip print. She didn't, like, you know, she didn't, like, wipe it off. She didn't smear it or anything like that, which I feel like is an even classic or, like, crazy person thing where they just smear it, especially in anime and manga. But, so, okay, he tells her the whole story. We don't get to hear it as the audience, but the characters know it. Again, that's very, very unlike him. But, yeah, she's stealing faces somehow. Yeah, you're not doing too badly yourself here. You're I mean, you're not normal either. And yep, there she was still here, listening to the whole thing. Haven't had your lesson yet? Oh, but her face, it's already changing. Already. And I guess you just left her alone at that point. Tried to. But, okay, but like her face didn't like fully, I don't know, is it like half and half or we need another shot? Okay, her physical makeup is different. Her physical makeup is such a weird way to put that, but like, you know, her facial structure is different. When she spends a lot of time with one person, her face turns into theirs. She's changed her looks I don't know how many times. When I first saw her, she looked just like the pop singer Seiko Matsuda. I guess she only needs a picture. Okay, so it's not spending time with somebody, it's just like spending time looking at a face, I guess. But since then, she's gotten close to every beautiful girl at school and stolen their looks. Stolen their looks, not copied, but stolen. What does that mean? Because they look the same to me. But yeah, she stays glued to you until she gets tired of your face, and then what? What does she do after that? Like, what happened to the girl whose face she originally had? Now she's been stolen. Okay, so what the hell? Who is the one going where now? So we get off the bus, and then I assume this is the face-stealing girl, and then we go after her for some reason. And then, well, no, okay. So maybe Yumi goes away, and then face-stealing girl's trying to go after her or something. But, so these are two girls from her old school. And yeah, she called him out here. Okay, to try and, like, what, beat up this girl or something? We're gonna jump her? Okay, well, if we're going to jump her, it's gonna be very hard, because she has our face now. Which one's Yumi? Yeah, how are you going to prove it? I mean, maybe, you know, the one that, you know, would have the information, because we haven't told her anything about this. Maybe she's, like, researched us or something, but... She said, like, I assume this is, you know, face-stealing girl saying, you know, a fake lie of, the truth is, her, Yumi's, dad is a plastic surgeon. After she transferred here, I guess she took a liking to my face and begged her dad for surgery, but you both look like Yumi. And so, like, maybe this is Yumi trying to say this or something? Yeah, maybe, you know, I thought the imposter would be trying this, but the only way this makes sense is if Yumi is saying this one's an imposter, her dad's a plastic surgeon, and she's just lying about, like, after she transferred here, but yeah, I don't, and she transferred here would imply that this is the imposter talking about Yumi having transferred here, and making Yumi's face look exactly like hers, which looks like Yumi's face. I don't really get it. But yeah, so that definitely was the imposter saying all that, but I don't know how they're like, oh wow, you look just like her. Like, what? Huh? Huh? She still looks like Yumi. What? I don't understand. I don't understand how they're even like, how would she have transferred here and looked like you who looks like her? What? But, okay, switching, we just cut away from that apparently. I don't even know who's who anymore. Yeah, I don't know. After the last scene, I don't know what the hell's happening anymore. How about this time, Hibino? So what? She like trying to get with him or something? But I'm doing this for your sake. I'm becoming beautiful for you. But you still don't have the time of day for me? And yeah, he just ignores her as much as he can. But she can't go back to her real appearance. I mean, I could, but I'd have to cut off all contact with people. There's no way. What do you mean? Or are you telling me to go lock myself in prison? But are you doing anything illegal? But one of them is late again. I don't know which one. Okay, so this is the imposter. If I don't get to assume, my face will go back to the way it was. It's unstable right after the transformation. Beat that delinquent down yesterday, so she should be a little bit more obedient now. And, okay, the speed of the transformation is getting super fast. She says, good morning, and just a bunch of masks. Oh, I see. Everybody's wearing masks, so she can't steal her face anymore. And the teacher as well. Yep, you ain't stealing faces, and if you do steal a face, it's gonna be one of these. And she just leaves instead. But alright, worked like a charm. It took the new transfer student to fucking do this. And yeah, like, she doesn't want her face to turn into one of these, so she's not even gonna, you know, try and do anything. She's not even trying to be close to them for a second. But yeah, I gotta admit, this is, again, nothing I would ever expect from Jujutsu series. Someone being confident and cool and doing something proactive. But Hibino's not wearing a mask. Why is it? Why is he so pissed off about this? Driving a student into a corner like this, gonna cause trouble. Also, he's wearing a blackjack mask, and he's wearing a Gege mask. I couldn't tell if the others were wearing, like, masks from any particular series or anything. I don't know. Maybe. But, I don't see any in particular. But she's not actually a student. I'm sure none of you knew this, but she settled into the school without permission a long time ago. We have no idea who she really is. She has to be a lot older than all of you. And what you see, and you seeing what she's like, she's an encyclopedia of evil. Yeah, there must be a lot that we don't know about, because she doesn't really seem like she's doing anything aside from stealing people's faces. I mean, again, now I'm saying stealing people's faces. That's not even what she's doing. You know, like, would this be any different than her, you know, going to school, seeing somebody who looks pretty, and making herself look like them? I don't really think so. It doesn't really seem like she's doing anything, you know, evil. But okay, they're all, like, chasing her down now. There's Ultraman and a Kamen Rider, I guess. I don't know exactly what that is. But yeah, don't see any other ones that I recognize. Oh, is that just a Xenomorph? But yeah, now they're really cornering her. This is not what was asked for at all. And now, yep, it's gonna turn it also, yeah, because it's happening so much faster as well. And now, give me a mirror! So, okay, then her face just starts turning on, and that's where we end it. Okay. Yeah, this one seems just like a real, like, hey, wouldn't that be fucked up or what scenario? Not really any, like, particular thing or thematicness or, okay, that was, that sure was a thing. It was just all building up to this final ending. That's really it. But, yeah, I don't know, I'd give this one, like, a 5 out of 10, maybe. It definitely feels like it doesn't go enough into, like, oh, this is so weird that it becomes, you know, that Lovecraftian style of horror. But it's also, you know, has like too much stuff that is like, oh, I kind of would have been curious about it then. Like, you know, if we're not going to make it so weird that it's like, that you would want less information, it's right in the middle. So I think I would have preferred either more information or less information. But like, you know, the fact that it's just like, you know, calling her the Encyclopedia of Evil when she didn't really do anything evil at all is crazy. Like, what, it feels like there's a lot missing, but that, you know, they didn't even like hint as to like what else has been going on or whatnot. So I don't know. And in addition, this one-shot actually does have an adaptation. It's got a live-action adaptation from the 2000s, the Face Burglar. It's got no subtitles. Just a year ago, people were saying they couldn't find this anywhere at all, but 8 months ago, it's been uploaded to YouTube, so this is probably going to go down. But either way, I will have this link in the description. You can watch it. Again, it's got no subtitles. I might also link in the description a program that you can download to try and generate subtitles via like AI and stuff. It's not good, but you know, it's something maybe. Yeah, I will probably also try and download all this and create a collection that I will then like host on like Manga or something like that, because all these links will probably end up going down as well. So I'll try and create a little of my own collection as well, and I'll keep mentioning, by the way, this one has an annotation, by the way, this one has an annotation, but either way, I imagine it's not going to be very good, but might be worth watching. Next up is Where the Sandman Lives. And by the way, all these came out in monthly. Halloween is the magazine that all these were coming out in. Some are coming out in some like special issues and stuff like that. But for the most part, they're all coming out in monthly Halloween. But so we got a guy all duct taped up here, and the girl who did all the duct taping wrapped a little bit around herself too. Some great reflections here in the glass. Okay, we're just opening on a shot of a guy just looking fucking terrible. Extremely terrible. Yeah, what's going on? Haven't slept in 3 days! Okay, so he's a writer, but that's not it. Something else keeping him up. But Mari, you're the only one I can talk to. I need your help. Very manipulative. But okay, what is it? The other me that lives in my dream world is trying to come out into the real world. So okay, that's like where the Sandman lives and that. This is also, so wait, this came out in like the 80s, like late 80s, like 1988 or something like that. But the very first Doctor Strange, you know, like comic was also about this sort of thing as well. So the other you wants to drag you into the dreams, that way he can become the real me. And he started making his move 3 days ago. So now I can't sleep anymore. When I sleep, he wakes up. But yeah, it's just your imagination again. No, it's not! But come on, yeah, your other self in your dream sounds like exactly the kind of thing you're good at writing. I see. But it's not just in my head. Maybe you should see a doctor. A doctor? Oh, of course, a doctor! Okay, I thought he was going to have to deny it, but... Okay, yeah, so he's going to go to the doctor. And they're going to dismiss him too. But, no, stop, you can't, I was joking! What? Why? Because, like, the doctors are going to ridicule him or something? I can't imagine that a surgeon or an internist could fix this. Why would those be your options? Why would that be what you're going to? But yeah, worst case, I end up at a shrink. Yeah. But a shrink can't do anything for me. I'll be under his control by then anyway. I mean, honestly, by the time you got an appointment, yeah. But I mean, yeah, what do you want her to do? Okay, I want you to watch me so I don't fall asleep. That's it. And then someone else, Yuji, someone calling him? Or no, I guess, she was just saying that. Looks like it was pointing to these guys. No, just what she was saying. So, okay, told her parents she's going on a trip with her friend, got her friend to cover for her. And yeah, I know his story's an excuse. A realistic performance, but lacking reality. He'll never be a novelist if that's the best story he can come up with. Like, damn. But I mean, it is a basic-ass story. The Castle of the Cursed Man of Letters. Is that what she calls him? I wonder if there'll be a full moon tonight. Alright, into his house here. And interesting, like, you know, he's supposed to be a writer, but he's got a lot of music stuff. He's got a radio, hooked up to his headphones, TV, guitar, and I feel like I should be able to recognize this, but I don't. Is that just the Beatles? I can't tell. It does, kind of, but also doesn't. I can't exactly tell. I don't think so. Oh, I don't know. It looks somewhat familiar, but I can't exactly place it. But okay, yeah, that was just that one little corner. He just got books all over here in the background. Yeah, what's going on with your other self then? He's asleep, but I'm coming up on my limit. So, okay, yeah, you gotta duct tape me all up. So that way the other me can't do anything. So it'll stop him from showing up, not like it'll prevent him from doing anything, but... Yeah, this is gonna look real bad if the police come. Like, if he dies and whatnot. And okay, so the moment he goes to sleep, she gets out the scissors and cuts him free. And then covers him up. He just starts to read. And he's just reading books like this. What are these books? I don't know. It's like bugs and stuff, but none of this is really translated except for Dracula. The complete Lovecraft. Then just sci-fi secrets. And yeah, don't know what the others are. Whoa, okay. Time passed, here's some scraping, and he is trying to crawl out from inside of him. His arm went in, and now it's coming out of his mouth. Yeah, we definitely should have taped those hands up. We definitely should have taped those fucking hands up. Jesus Christ. And grabs her, and he's trying to grab it to stop it. Oh my god. This is, oh my god, looks crazy. Shoving it back inside. Eat it, nope, 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 and pull it back out. Oh my god. Oh my god. The fingers. Holy shit. Holy shit. That was fucking crazy. This went from like super Junji Ito to the fact that we can just shove it back in is like very unlike it. That's so goofy. Holy fuck. And yeah, okay, so the dream world you is just the reverse side of your body. Well, that's not possible. It is. You just saw it. He's been dreaming inside of me, but now he knows about the outside. Oh, so yeah, what's with all the music shit? It's just to, like, keep you busy? But yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Bodies aren't just empty caves. Your guts would come out too. The thing about that is, I can only explain it like this. I've been empty since I was born. Or maybe since I've lost my family. Which would be why I've never had any internal trouble. Just shut up, shut up. None of this makes any sense. Again, this is the Junji Ito I love. None of this makes any fucking sense. This should not be possible, but it's happening. It's happening regardless. He's been a big dreamer since, you know, he's been young. Always wanted to fly like a bird, but then when he dreamt about flying, everybody just laughed. You can't fly, obviously. My dreams are way more realistic than reality. So then, is this the dream dimension, maybe? Yeah, her saying dreams where anything's possible, wonder why he's trying to get out, and him ... Definitely were in the dream dimension, he's in reality. And yeah, when he dreams, it feels real. But okay, they've been going at it for a couple days. They tried tying up his arms, tried closing his mouth, but none of it worked. Maybe we could just take turns napping? Probably won't come out right away. And yeah, but okay, I'll go into the dream. Can't put through any more of this. Just gonna let himself get turned inside out. But he wants to get out because his objective is you. He wants you. And I mean, so do I. So I've resisted so far. And under again. You gotta get the hell out of here, girl. If he wants you. But goddamn, what a romantic move. Tapes their hands together, interlocking fingers. Incredible. I will pull you out of the dream. God, she is determined. I love these Junji Ito characters. I wish we got more of these kind of girls. Maybe throughout the one-shots we'll see more of this sort of thing. But alright, now she's getting sucked inside. Oh my god, now her hand comes out his mouth along with his own. Jesus Christ. And playing the guitar. Oh my god. Now, this is the Junji Ito I love. It only took him 3. It only took him 3 one-shots. I guess 4 with Tomei. 4 one-shots. The 4th one to get here. Holy shit. He is a fast progressor. Oh my god. Yeah, but now they're both gonna come out as one. It's okay. I'll come too. Holy shit. But alright, yeah, it hasn't been paying his rent or anything like that. We've come from the station to ask you some questions. I guess the police are here for some reason. I guess maybe because the girl's missing, and so they were going to go ask him. Yep. Friend of Mari, it seems she's gone missing. And are they really even looking at him, or like, what does he look like? Yeah, it's pointless to look for her. She's part of my viscera now. You didn't eat her, did you? No, she's gone on a trip in my dream world. This one kind of ended pretty sadly. I think it, you know, going from here, we should have had one big grotesque panel of them, you know, as one. These 2 panels here, I don't think we needed. Didn't really add much to this at all. Didn't really add anything. Didn't take away anything, but it didn't add anything. And I do think I would have much rather liked just a grotesque panel of the 2 of them fused together. But, so, with that included, I give this like a 7 out of 10. It was good, but it had a lot more promise. Maybe even a 6. I'll go to 6 out of 10. The ending, it flubbed. Okay, that was the Beatles, actually. That was a poster of the Beatles. Okay. I don't know why. It was like, it looks like 2 of them looked like them, and then 2 of them didn't. So I was like, I don't know. Next up, we got The Devil's Logic. A girl gonna commit suicide here, and then the teacher trying to stop her here. She was grinning her head off when I saw her an hour ago. But now, she just leaps right off the building, and somebody's watching with a camera and everything. Leaps straight off. And what is that? Huh? Like a tape deck or something? What's going on there? But an hour ago, the classmate was walking on clouds. Okay, so she asked out a boy, and he said yes. So now she's gonna go set up a date. It's gonna be a super Sunday for me, la la la. And when she wasn't looking, I slipped a tape recorder into her bag. I see. To get the deets on their secret rendezvous. Never dreamed this would happen an hour later. And now you've got this, and you're going to be able to listen back and see what happened. And yeah, the recorder didn't break in the fall, thankfully. So, start listening to the tape from the beginning. So, she goes to meet up with him. This is such a cool way to do this. Also, I should actually say, this was in the, what was this called? Halloween Special Edition murder case. Like, you know, a theme for murder cases, I assume. So I wonder if that's what we're doing here as well. Okay, so, gonna pick her up tomorrow on his motorcycle at 10. Yeah, she's still on top of the world with him. So why would she? Because, yeah, that was just an hour ago. You know, it doesn't like anything happen in between there, so. Gonna go get stuff to make for lunches for tomorrow. Then I heard an unfamiliar voice. Morimoto. You're Morimoto, right? I'm Kumagaya from Class A. Do you have a second? But you don't feel like dying. What? I was hoping you would die now. I don't have time for jokes. Then grabs her. I'm serious. It's not like I hate you or anything. So let me tell you about the logic of death. It's a revolutionary theory. Someone I truly respect taught it to me. After hearing it, most people choose death. It's truly a revolution in thinking. Something to note in the history books. And like just really not letting that arm go. I'm sure you'll choose death too, Morimoto, and I'm gonna film it. Oh, okay, so she was the one with the camera. So she took the next 10 or 20 minutes spelling out this logic of death. Terrifyingly persuasive. Something more than human. The god of death, the Shinigami. This woman has to be the god of death. She wasn't singing the praises of the afterlife and how wonderful it was. She was instead espousing a philosophy that could have only been crafted by death itself. And we can't hear it because that's very Lovecraftian, you know. We can't actually get to hear it. Kazumi Morimoto was possessed to death. And so was I. He heard it all too, so. And so, listening to it back, they're both perfectly in sync, seeking the location of death. Accepted it, wanted to die, found a building, went up there, still listening to the tape, but actually faced with it, I hesitated. Then, Mrs. Yokoi's voice came over the tape suddenly. Morimoto, what are you waiting for? Why does she look like she's behind bars? Go on and jump. There's nothing to be scared of. Everyone in the world will be dead soon. That's right, I'm Death's advocate. I'm here to tell everyone in the world they should die. Jumps to his death. Alright, so, the devil's logic. I'd give this one like a 5 out of 10. I thought I was going to rate it a lot lower, but it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's really short, and it's just a quick little thing where, you know, I also like this with the context of this being in a special issue that's a bunch of murder cases and finding out, oh, the murderer is just death. The murderer was just death incarnate. Or death's advocate, at least. But yeah, this one was decent. You know, very traditionally Lovecraftian. Once again, this one has a live-action movie adaptation from the 2000s, just from straight up 2000. It's called The Hanging Balloons, but it does have all 3 stories of The Devil's Logic, The Long Hair in the Attic, that's the one we're about to read next, but I'll throw this in there afterwards again, I'll just remind you, and then The Hanging Balloons, which again, I'll say again when we get there. This, linked in the description. Also, check for, you know, my collection of all these in case this gets taken down. This one does have English subs, so check that out. Next up is The Long Hair in the Attic. Now, okay, I have to admit something. I did read some one-shots before this video that you're watching. I started this planning to read the Horror World of Junji Ito Volume 3, because Volume 1 and 2 is Tomei, and so then Volume 3, and we were going to read 3, 4, 5, 6, and all in that order, but they were in terrible, terrible, terrible quality, which we're still going to have to read some of those in that quality. I did not know this one was covered by Viz. Really wish I knew this one was translated by Viz, or I would have read this version of it instead. But, so, I'm just going to throw that in here, because I would much rather read all these one-shots chronologically. So I'm going to throw in my reaction to the Long Hair in the Attic. Keep in mind, it is mirrored, so it will be read left to right. Okay, we're going to have to do that a lot going forward, not for this video, but for like next year and stuff going forward. But, so I'm just going to throw that in here. So, The Long Hair in the Attic. As in the long-haired girl in the attic, or just there's some long hair you're finding in the attic, and then it'll eventually turn out to be a girl. I don't know. But starting off with, I think, some color pages here, you know, originally. And so, a couple here that is, like, essentially breaking up. Don't call me anymore, nothing more to work out. Better that we don't see each other anymore. You tried, you did best to please me with your hair, your lipsticks, clothes, and perfume, but it wasn't enough. But oh, please don't cling. It sounds like you were the one who was expecting a hell of a lot. But Chimi is her name. Better off with a good, honest guy. I'm just a playboy, you know. I don't deserve any better than a playgirl. And I don't deserve any better than a playgirl. You tried to say that at first, like you're, you know, like you're trying to like be humble about it, but absolutely not. But okay. So okay, that was her. You know, the girl with long hair, and then her sister was on the cover. Now we got mice. Think they're held up right above your room. Yeah, not in the mood. Yeah, the mice. You can just hear them tip, 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 and then the ceiling above you. Pay the rent. I gotta shout that at mice from now on. Pay the rent. This is so crazy talking about, like, you know, oh, put up the mouse traps. Oh yeah, the mice are more clever than they used to be. They go, oh, my family still says that now, and this is the 2020s, and this is the fucking, I don't actually know when this was. I don't know. I assume the 90s. And now, yeah, burning the pictures of them too. And then now flashing back to going to the ocean for the first time. And yeah, her hair was very different. So yeah, she grew it all the way out. She dyed it and everything. She'd been trying a lot to be, you know, perfect for him. But she can't help but smile thinking about it, surprisingly enough. I know, she's crying. She is. And then Chimi fell asleep with the light on, just cried herself to sleep. And, oh my god, a mouse, like, her hair went and grabbed the mouse. Ugh, disgusting. Yeah, so gross. That, I can't even imagine. I cannot imagine. But I could get rid of the hair anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah. But still, she's gonna have her sister cut her hair, but first, big scream. What the fuck? She just decapitated. Just fucking decapitated. Her head just got up and went and just, you know, her hair just decapitated herself and walked away, I assume. What the fuck? This blood splatter, too, is crazy. Like a tree. Mom, her head's gone. What the fuck? And yeah, they think just the killer came in and did it. I mean, I assume everybody suspected the boyfriend immediately. And it's the mice! The mice shoot it off! Jesus. But no, done with a sharp blade. And the dad's not home. Dad's just off playing golf. Alright, police arrived. What the hell is going on? Oh, that's a phone? That's a phone? That's the sound your phone makes? But he answers the phone and a crunch. Crish. I don't know what these sound effects are. Like, I don't know. Fine, but I don't trust it anymore after the fucking fart phone. But yeah, I just think Jimmy's pulling a prank on him or something. But no, yeah, this is the mouse. The mice's the crunch, squish, 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 squeak, squeak. And then yeah, then they hung up. It's just the mice saying they're gonna come kill you. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. At half asleep. It's not Chimmy, yeah. Can't be. She died a week ago. A real shame. She was a good-looking woman. You motherfucker. And yeah, he thought that she committed suicide, but they're saying it's a murder. Why did I think it was Chimmy? Oh, that sound. It's how she used to grind her teeth, I see. And that does look like her body, though. Or is he just, like, remembering? But this background is so... Once again... Phone's calling. Okay, sister's going up to the attic now. With a flashlight. I haven't heard the mouse for a while. Or the mice for a while. Maybe the traps did their job. But okay, Dad's gonna go up there with her. God, what a fear to have now. Chimmy died upstairs. I can't let you go upstairs by yourself. But I mean, like, I can't blame him for thinking that way. Do you remember your heart condition? Was he gonna get spooked by a mouse? But I mean, maybe. But yeah, they're gonna find her head up here. Oh my god, and he's just frightened, shocked, cold. seeing, is it his heart condition? Did he die too? And oh, yeah, the head just been rotting up here the entire time, tied around to all the posts and everything. Oh, and it's all scratched up by the mice, bleeding from the eyes and all the orifices. And it was cleanly chopped off. God, you gotta help her down. You cut the hair like she asked for, and the hair is covered in, I don't know if she cut her hands or if it's just covered in blood. And yeah, the scissors to cut her hair. That's how this happened last time, though. Oh my god, and it pulls open her eyelids, pulls open her mouth to grind her teeth. Yep. God damn. And the squee, it's gotta be the mice doing this, right? But okay, let go. Okay, all the way down the stairs, all the way down the stairs. Bunk, 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 bunk. Are you still alive? And now it's just attaching itself around that whole house. God, Ichigo, where he draws hair. He is absolutely the best at hair. I don't know why, but he's just so good at that specifically. And okay, sister's immediately thinking, oh, it's the hair that killed her of its own will. And then eventually it just scurried out of the damn house. God, now there's just hair fragments. Oh, no, sorry. This is the boyfriend's house. And that's where he ends. The hair come to kill him. Okay. Yeah, that one it could have been better. Like, it was really good, but the ending kind of really sucked. We had a single-page ending. Just wrap everything up in one page at the end. Could have been a lot better. Could have been a lot better. I guess let's rank these. I would give this one a 4 out of 10, honestly. It had potential to be a lot higher, but I think the ending tanks it a lot there. So, only 4 out of 10. And of course, afterwards, if you want to check the live-action adaptation, here it is, same one that we just talked about. It's the hanging balloons, but it also covers long hair in the attic, assuming the second one, so you'll have to jump to it or something. It's got English subs. If you can't find this link in the description or this video is gone, check my collection in the description as well. Okay, back to the one-shots. In addition, here, between this one and the next one, Scripted Love, is when the first one-shot for Oshikiri came out, which then, had multiple one-shots for it, comprising a series that ran through, right here in 1987 or 88 or whatever, through the 90s. Maybe even 89 through the 90s. So, if you want to go watch that right this moment, again, it would only be the first one-shot or whatever. Either way, I think I'm just going to read it after we're done all of these, and I think you probably should as well. But if you really want to, you can go check out the first chapter of that video and then come back to this. If you really want to read everything in the most chronological way possible, just thought I'd say that. Okay, next up we got Scripted Love. An actor on TV, assumingly, and a girl who's following along or something? Following along with the show or something? That's my guess. So I think actually this is a couple breaking up because he wants to, like he's saying, I want to get to know people, go out with them. It sounds like he could just be saying going out in the town with them, but it also could be saying, he wants to date other people to broaden his scripts. But yeah, that's exactly what he's saying. And then just a VHS tape he's going to give her. It's a video I made of me. You'll never feel lonely with this, okay? Oh my god, yeah. But okay, yeah, another girl warned her, but she didn't listen. Oh damn, she's just going straight for the knife, just gonna kill him. Not gonna let this happen to more girls. Okay, damn. So then we go back in time. Takashi and I met in our amateur theater group. He mainly wrote the scripts. And then when they started dating, my friend Yoko gave me a very serious warning. Especially you, Kaori. Since you only just joined, you're one of the most amateur of amateurs. I'm gonna need you to work even harder. Oh, okay, that's not the warning. But okay, so here's the girl who's going to warn her. Okay, she's told him multiple times already, don't go out with him. Yeah, you don't know what he's really like just yet. Don't you know how many girls in the troop he's hurt? Moves on from one to the next, tossing him aside. Something else. But yeah. And the sickest part is when he starts talking about breaking up. Apparently gives the girl a tape of himself. So he's done this many, many times. Haven't seen it, but it's probably him posing like a rock star, even though he's a nobody. He's all, I'm leaving you, but I'm on this tape. If you get lonely, watch it. That kind of deal. He's literally that in love with himself. But she ain't listening. She's only hearing, oh, I can get his approval and be better than all the other girls. Yeah, it happens with everybody. Everybody who thinks this way. But, of course, didn't listen to her. I had already fallen for him. And yeah, she's already defending him against everyone else. Everyone else says these weird rumors, but you, I trust you. They say you're a playboy, that you made countless girls cry. It's all lies though, right? Of course! Do I look like that kind of guy? Not at all. But she was right. Again, it took no time at all for Junji to just fall into his natural, rhythm of what he loves to do. Romance stories and twisted romance. Love sickness. But then once the play was over, then once they started to prepare her next play, attitude completely changed. Got a new girl. And she's just a fan. She's not even a part of the troupe. But yep, sorry, arm around her and everything. You were warned, girl. You were warned. But okay, yep. So then he just told her they were breaking up over the phone, but then she forced her way into his apartment, basically, and now stabbed him. And back to here. Okay, hid the body. But now, what are you going to do? The script, me and Kaori. Did he script out all of this or something? But yeah, did he script out the conversations after you had them or before you had them? And is this he's predicting the future sort of thing? Or is this just he is, writing out what he wants to say and what he thinks you would say in response and all that? But alright, let's put the tape in, see what it is. Hey! How you feeling, Kaori? Yeah, that's great. Okay, yeah, my god, so he's got a whole script here that you can read off of. Damn, so this tape was a 6-hour conversation. My god. Yeah, I thought it was just a video of him posing, so I was a little shocked. It actually spent 6 hours making this for me. Oh my god, she is falling again. And despite all this, even after stabbing him. I mean, the fact that she stabbed him really says a lot about how she fell for all this. But it didn't go well at first. Yeah, I like that she keeps, tripping over herself. The timing's not quite right. But gradually it got a lot smoother. Yeah, this really reminds me of those, people who, fell in love with voicemail. Where, someone left them, a voicemail, and then they would just chop and screw that, audio engineer it to, create a conversation that they could reply to, and some of that, and just, have a soundboard of them, that shit. It just reminds me a lot of that, but, not her being the stalker, him being the really fucking creepy one here, but he's the one who made the tape for her. This is so weird. Now she's just thinking he's alive inside the monitor, and he'll be mine forever. And he is still alive, actually. He is still alive. Please call an ambulance. She just gonna kill him again, or what? Because she loves him from the TV, but not this one. And yeah, if I die, you'll be a murderer. Yeah, I won't report this if you help me. And I'll take back the breakup and I'll marry you. Just stop. Enough already. Okay? Damn. Harsh. No more. After all, the Takahashi I love is over there. Kaori, I love you. I love you too. He would never betray me, not like you. And he's losing it now too. But yeah, with your wonderful script that you've scripted so well, you're almost a pro. No matter how much time goes by, he'll be as fresh as he is now. Your script is incredible. It's like they say, right? When you have a good enough script, you got a good enough movie, it stands the test of time. Alright, gonna bash him in with a fucking giant sake bottle. Wonk, wonk. And yeah, back to the TV. And she is in there too. She's in that little box with him. 9 out of 10 for this one. This one was a fantastic one. 9 out of 10. This one, excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Oh, got nothing bad to say about it. This is Junji Ito. Not firing on all cylinders. This could have been a lot, creepier, scarier and stuff like that. But this wasn't a great horror tale. This was just a great one-shot. I think that, yeah, it had horror elements, but more than anything, it's just a great one-shot, just a good tale. It's the perfect kind of thing that you would want to, talk about around a campfire. I think that's, the perfect, place for it. Next up is the Reanimator's sword. What the fuck? Now that certainly is what, that's a Junji Ito story? Excuse me? What? What the hell is this going to be about? So, in the middle of the night, your grandpa's on his deathbed. Well, that's nothing new to me. But damn, mom's gotta be worried. The only one she cares about is my little brother. But okay, we're gonna get one for sure tonight. A human soul! Are they trying to grab the will-o-wisps sort of thing? Yeah, definitely. They're thinking, like, how are we gonna capture this? It's just gonna burn right through the net. We gotta use, like, aluminum foil or something. But damn, that's a hell of a lot of them. That ain't no normal will-o-wisps. Alright, let's go, let's go. Oh, I don't want to! Alright, going by himself. Where are they going? To a shrine, to a temple, swirling around above it. And then, all into this man here, the Reanimator or something. Okay. You saw that. That I can't allow you to live. Okay, yeah, and he brings out his sword. The Reanimator sword. What the fuck? This is so different. But okay, then he falls off a cliff. Oh boy. And, okay. Wakes back up in his parents' house, assumingly. Okay, yeah, he did hurt himself. Okay, neighbor found him and brought him back. Yeah, very, very lucky. But, and then grandfather passed away while you were out playing last night. And grandpa died right when you saw the swarm of spirits. Grandpa was a major politician. His death would have a real impact on the world of Japanese politics. But I felt nothing. So he was like the head of a whole faction, apparently. And so these are the guys, these are the only 3 guys who know that he's dead. But now they're whispering behind closed doors as to why that's going to be important. And then the guy out at night, the Reanimator. But no, didn't catch any spirits. But okay, yeah, this guy. That's the guy that chased you last night, now being invited into your house by the Japanese politicians. What the fuck? He passed away last night. Is that alright? It's fine. The days matter not. Who the fuck are you? Why is the Japanese politicians talking to you? Is there anything you need? Nothing. Might I ask you all to please leave the room? Okay, so like they're calling a Reanimator to like reanimate him, I see. And yeah, you saw. I guess he was gathering up the spirits to be able to do something like this. But okay, gonna watch him from the ceiling. Covers himself in some blood, just like we saw him that night. I assume that's blood. And brings out the fucking sword. This thing's so fucking ridiculous. Alright, yeah, what proof do you have that he's actually a Reanimator of the dead? But alright, stabs straight into the body, and then all the souls flow out of him into the body. Or I guess that was just like a bunch of energy or something, because now a single soul is going into the body. Brings out the sword. The wound in your stomach will heal up. Live a long life, old man. Kisses the blade. And he does wake up. This would explain why all of our fucking politicians live so goddamn long. But alright, he's back to life it seems, but he's bleeding. Still life in these bones yet. Alright, back to work. Oh, well then he sees a soul. Gonna chase it again. Headed toward the shrine. Okay. And as if compelled by some greater force, I headed for the shrine. And right there, just waiting for you. Does not have the makeup on this time. But yeah, you have the same eyes as I do. You have the potential. Okay. That singular transparency. The very eyes of a Reanimator. And you will last awaken to your power as a reviver of the dead. Like, you will at last, not you will last. You will at last. And when the conditions are right, you'll be able to collect the life force of people and animals wandering this earth, and give that life force to the dead. Last night I gave your grandfather 100 years of life force! My god, that would explain a lot of politicians. And the life force of the dead flows into me once more. Such a marvelous thing. And he's even saying, it may be presumptuous, but I hope to keep going for 100 more years. Even that here. But raising the dead is a sin, maybe worse than murder. What? A sin? Murder? Why? Once a living creature is born, they must die at some point. What you're doing is upsetting the natural order of the world. No, I disagree with that. I will always disagree with that. You know, there's plenty of animals where that's not the case, so that's just bullshit. Yeah, mighty words for a mere boy. Then you would reject your own revived people? Your grandfather? Okay, goddamn. Yeah, not expecting this. I would never in 1,000 years. I have nothing against reanimating. I would say it's like the opposite of a sin, honestly. I would say it only benefits the world. But yeah, Then when did I ask you to be on my side? Okay, you're just gonna snuff him out so he can't take his job? Just because one has the nature of a reanimator doesn't mean one can become a reanimator. The magic in the sword is required to actually revive someone. And there's only one of its kind in this world. I'm not giving it to you. And yeah, if I let you live, you'll come and take it someday. So, and just as I once did. So yeah, he killed the previous owner. Alright, kill him quickly. And he's been helping the people of the Soga house time and time again. Did you ever reanimate someone else before, Grandpa? Your mother died while pregnant with her second son. But alright, kill him. And then Oogie spits out a fucking, spirit energy thing at him. Assuming these aren't souls, even though they look exactly like the souls. But, okay, and then makes him drop the sword. Now he's got it. All the life force I blew into you will exit your mouth. When did he blow life energy into him? I don't remember him ever doing that, but, okay. Okay, the night you fell off the cliff and died, took pity on you and brought you back to life. I see. And okay, so if the reanimator dies, all those that he's reanimated will die. But alright, I mean, you're lying. Who cares? You said you want your grandpa to die. But alright, he stabs him, and in fact, it does happen. All the souls released. Grandpa at this meeting. All the souls leave his body. Nothing more than skeletons. The mom as well. What? I mean, this is what he said he wanted. And now, he's got the blade himself. Kisses the blade. Oh, noble sword. I swear my eternal loyalty to you as a proud reanimator. Okay, you just instantly switch sides in one page at the end. Again, I feel like this was a good tale. I would have given this an 8 out of 10 maybe here, but then this last page ruins it. It seems like these one-shots have a tendency to have the final page really do the opposite of what was good about the entire rest of the one-shot. This should have been an ending where he had to, deal with the consequences of his actions. But instead, we just kind of completely switch gears in the final page. So, I think, ultimately, I'll give it, 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10. Well, 6 out of 10. I'll say that. Next up is A Father's Love. Again, a sort of dynamic I feel like we don't get too often with Ito, but let's see it nonetheless. So, the 3 Todo children were raised by a strict father. Their mother came from a good family and was a kind and reserved woman. The business their father built from scratch grew at a good pace, and would no doubt continue to get bigger. The children feared and respected him. I mean, this guy already just looks like quintessential asshole. He looks like a military general. If you have a father who looks like a military general, that's a big red flag. The sole concern of their mother in their affluent life was the headaches that all 3 of her young children suffered. According to her diary, one of them would have a headache at least once a week, but they lasted less than a minute, and the children were happy again. The doctor diagnosed them as migraines. Yeah, seems relatively normal so far. The tragedy began when the oldest, Satoru, was 14. The once obedient boy went through a period of fierce rebellion. Yeah, 14 years old. Ran away over and over, but was always brought back. And then eventually, he killed himself. I mean, Jesus, look how fucking skinny he was. He was nothing but bones. The mother wrote in her diary that it was around this time she started to have a hazy understanding of what was actually going on. They still had the 2 younger children, but they too began to display strange behavior, thus inviting further tragedy. Okay, and then the kid, assumingly one of the younger siblings, running away from this little girl who's got a creepy face. He just finally, really found his style with the hair, the faces, not quite the hair. I mean, actually, long hair in the attic, so yeah, he's really found his sweet spot with the hair. So, okay, runs over to his friend's house, hides in there. Is this a girl from his class or something? But does he know this girl? Oh my god, and she just straight up comes inside immediately. Is this, come on, let's go home. No, you go home! What? And okay, he knows her. Don't go having a tantrum, I'm not a kid anymore, leave me alone! What? What the fuck is going on? Yeah, what's going on? Why are you so mad? You two have a fight? No, it's nothing. Tsukasa, I'm going home, I'll see you later. Okay. Yeah, it seems like he's being... Is he being, mind controlled by her to do this? Is it the classic Junji Ito of crafty and, feeling like you just have to? Or is this, what's a third option here? He doesn't want anything bad to happen to the friend, so he's going along. Or, I don't know. And who is this girl? Just a girl from her house, from their school, I assume, but... Back to the Toto house. I'm home, Mother. I brought my dear brother. Okay, so... Did they say it was 3 siblings, actually? Hold on. I thought it was 3 brothers, but maybe they said it was 3 siblings. Okay, I guess I wasn't looking at all. I don't know how I just read it as like, yeah, they did say children, but the whole time I was just thinking of it as 3 brothers, but, I mean, very clearly not. But, okay, yeah, just did not quite realize, the mistake I made. But so that makes a lot more sense if this is his sister, that all this is like, you know, why this is, you know, why he went with her and why, you know, this isn't, you know, pinging the alarm bells as much. But I mean, it's also a Junji Ito story, so. Okay, what's she doing? Just piling all the chairs up for some reason? Piling all the chairs up in front of Dad's study? Okay, was that what Akichi did? Or, because the mother doesn't seem to care, which doesn't really seem to care about anything. But okay, so he did. He locked him in there. And yeah, now that your brother's dead, everything's on your shoulders. Just saying it so blatantly. You could learn a tour thing from Miho. She's not even 12, but she's so mature. I mean, that's why she's not 12 yet, you know? 12, 13, 14, that age period. But Miho does not understand anything. So yeah, he understands like the secret, you know, the mother doesn't understand, the daughter doesn't understand, but all the boys understand. But okay, if you hate the Toto family so much, you can leave. Okay, maybe he will. I mean, the other, you know, kids seem to run away a lot. And okay, he just went out on a unicycle. If you don't like this family, you can leave. Okay, I will. I'll go on a unicycle, Dad. Miho's calling him out. But alright, zoom away. He's got a creepy face too. This is so weird. And then, whoops. Okay, yeah. Don't want to fall into the main highway. Wouldn't want to fall into this road. Alright, let's get onto the highway. Okay. Oh, this makes me feel like telling all those grown-ups to go eat shit because you're riding a fucking unicycle. But then he falls. Tell me you and fell. Okay then, I'm sleepy. Sorry, buddy. I'm going to sleep now. You take the wheel. Okay, so that was what the Miho thing was too. That's also probably why he switched and was like, okay, I'll go home with Miho now. Because, you know, there's multiple personalities that take over. There's the rebellious one and there's the obedient one. And then so he's just going to wake up in the middle of the road. Or not. Nope, he's going to get run over. Oh my god! Jesus Christ. And his dad's just pissed that he lost the other son. Oh, wait, no, okay. Is this for his older brother then? I didn't realize the time span was that close that they didn't have the funeral yet. But it does, or unless this is the friend. Hold on. Okay, because he had like a sort of buzz cut sort of thing. Yeah, this is just the friend then. Okay, never mind. So he did die. And he's still keeping an eye on Miho. Still not sure what's up with that. Yeah, I heard he committed suicide by laying in the road and getting run over by a car. I guess it's not unheard of, but it's crazy. But there's been something off about him since elementary school. Remember that time in 5th grade when we went to the kids' forest in Asahigaoka? And so he was there too, and then what happened? So, swinging on the rope. The water fooling around, he got a headache, right? The headaches thing. That's what causes the switch in personality. And then the eyes. Then he was fine, or then he was fine. Started running around. So it was right. Yeah, he had the headache. Then he was fine. Started running around, but his eyes were all bloodshot. Climbing a tree, going crazy like a monkey. When I talked to him the next day, didn't remember any of it. Same look in his eyes as Miho. All right, he's gonna go talk to Miho. Yep, her eyes look normal right now. But yeah, what do you even say? So yeah, that night, why were you fighting? But yeah, what? We never fought. But you came to my house with Ichi, you looked super angry. We never fought, and I've never been to your house, Tsukasa. That's weird. Are they trying to hide it, or do they not understand either? Because, like, you know, she definitely doesn't, actually, because, Ikichi, what was his name? Echi? Was his name just Echi? What was his name? They said it here. Yeah, Aichi. But yeah, so Aichi was, you know, he understood what was going on. The dad understood what was going on. The brother seemed to understand what was going on. But Miho, as he said, she doesn't know what's going on. The mother also doesn't seem to know what's going on. So, okay, it was 2 years later that Aichi died after Satoru. Okay. And yeah, was it really an accident? I pray it was, but it might have been suicide. Just a feeling. Sachar also committed suicide. Maybe it's in the Toto blood. If you go back through the history of the Totos, there's no end to the suicides. I don't know why, but my grandfather also killed himself. At least they lived long enough to have kids, or else this would have died off a lot sooner, like the whole family line. Father racked up a lot of debt and killed himself not long after I was born. With 3 children to feed, my mother worked her fingers to the bone, but eventually she was at wit's end, and she decided to kill herself and us. So okay, even like, people marry and kill themselves. My older brothers died then. I was maybe 4 years old. And yeah, the dad lasted this long, though. Yeah, he was taken in by relatives. Worked like he was possessed. Just maybe that's what kept him from killing himself. He just like fully entrenched himself in work. And yeah, so the father doesn't seem to understand, actually. He doesn't seem to understand. But, the kids seem to understand. At least not, everybody but Miho. But, because he's just thinking, why? I had to go through, life with my mom working to the bone just to barely support us, with 4 brothers who all killed themselves except for me, and now you guys are killing yourselves? What kind of, you don't have a shitty life? I had a shitty life. But, if he's saying all that, then he can't be knowing about the what the headaches actually are. Yeah, did he really die of his own free will? One Sunday, Miho and her father visited Tsukasa's house. Okay, yeah, you were close with Eiichi, right? So, and why is she blushing and stuff? Yeah, she's feeling a bit lonesome. I was gonna take her to amusement park, and I wouldn't want to say you take Eiichi's place, but yeah, maybe too old for amusement parks. But yeah, I want her to have a little friend. Okay, all right, cool. Let's go. That's really cool, honestly. His dad's a lot less of a shithead than I thought he was going to be. And it's understandable now that we know what his life was like. I think it's also a lot more understandable why he's like this. But okay, so yeah, he's not taking her daughter on the rides. He's just giving him a bunch of money and saying, yeah, you go do it. I'm just going to be napping on this bench. Okay. But yeah, come on, father. Don't be shy. Go have some fun. Oh, this is adorable, though. And honestly, what a really good father. Unless we're going to get some twist here. But yeah, she's going to be super shy the whole time. And it's nice getting a little, thing like this, a little reprieve from the horror. But here we go, as I say that. My head hurts. Maybe a little sick from the teacups. You want to go back to your dad? It's okay. It's gone now. This always happens. Alright, let's ride the Ferris wheel. Uh-oh. Yikes. Look, Tsukasa, Godzilla's over there. Just got a balloon up on the roof. That's cute. But yeah, she don't mind higher places at all. Oh, Tsukasa, you're really pale. You really are, though. Liar. And then, whoa! She, leans on the thing and then almost falls back outside of it. But there should be glass. Or I guess she clunks her head on the glass. But, was he just worried the door was gonna fling open or something? Then alright, yeah, very forceful now. I like you, Tsukasa. I mean, you're very cute. A little kid telling me I'm cute, my reputation's ruined. Oh no. Yeah, he's not taking her seriously. But now she's, oh boy, trying to rock it. Yeah, even these two down there, are we shaking? But okay, uneventful, or I mean, it was eventful, but it wasn't too bad. That's just what everyone does in the Ferris wheel. I'm sorry. Alright, on to the roller coaster next. Actually, what if we take a break? No! I'll tell Daddy. He gave you money, didn't he? Alright, on a roller coaster. What's she gonna do on this one? Well, it seems like it's fine, actually. And then, yeah, it seems like they're actually just having a good time. She's not really trying anything bad. Some ice cream. But yeah, I'm glad that you're having fun. Maybe I did take Akechi's place. Don't say that! That's fucked up. Miho, don't ruin the mood. You're the one ruining the mood. But yeah, he really fucked this up by trying to be like, no, I am Eiichi. I am. Weird. But yeah, hey, Tsukasa, did Eiichi say anything to you that night? Right before he died, he went to your house, right? What did you talk about? But it says they didn't really talk about anything. But alright, I want to go on the Ferris wheel again. But we're out of money. We can't do it. Tsukasa! There's eyes coming out. What's he gonna do? And then, okay, she just climbed on top of the restrooms. Oh my god, so now she's just he's trying to call to the dad, but the dad must be a deep sleeper or something, and saying to just go get the money inside his pocket. And if I fall and hurt myself, it serves Dad right. Why is that? How about I fall as a test? Oh my god. So, okay, he caught her. He caught her. Whew. But okay, yeah, run over to the dad. Okay. So he's also switched to that mode. Eyes fully rolled into the back of his head. He's not just taking a nap. Oh, we just got a splash page of that. Cool. He's putting a lot into this one. Alright, and then 2 years after the incident in the amusement park, the spring Miho started middle school was the beginning of the final tragedy. So everything's about 2 years off. And now 2 years older, he actually is trying to be interested in dating her. And like, come on, if you pull this off, you'll be the joy of a gold digger. I assume this is Tsukasa, but I actually don't know. Nope, okay, never mind, he's not, so just someone else. But yeah, this is not gonna work. Nope. Yep, turns him down. And there we go. Oh, Tsukasa. Okay, so yeah, they are still, friends. But this boy don't like the fact that they're friends. He wants to worm his way in there. Okay. Tsukasa waiting for her, but then, please don't go, Toto. Did you read my letter? She's like moving away or something. When are you gonna give me an answer? I'm sorry, I'm meeting somebody today. You were walking with a ninth grader this morning. Oh, okay, no, this is somebody else. I see. He's waiting for her, but somebody else, gave her a letter and, saying, please go out with me. But then she's getting the headaches, and, yep, I love this face so much. It reminds me of the girl from the Dissolving series as well. Shut your yap already. Your yap? Shouldn't it be shut your trap or stop yapping? Not shut your yap. But I don't know, maybe she is just combining the two. You just never shut up, boy. Who do you think I am? I'm the daughter of the Toto family, a lineage stained with blood. And yeah, it makes him fall down the stairs. But alright, back to Tsukasa. And yeah, hard, he's, must have been like a chapter end thing. Like, this is all one shot, but I wonder if this was serialized in two separate, magazines, like, part 1, part 2, or if this was just all the way through. That, splash page, and then the fact that we hard cut away and did something else really makes it feel like a issue 1, issue 2 sort of thing, but I mean, 2 years have passed, and he just can't get over this. Back to Miho, she's home, but she's still hiding her face. But yeah, the mom just thinks of it as the headaches. It's like a vice on my head, and then I can't remember anything after that. It's getting better. I'm sure it'll go away when you grow up. Yeah, how do you know that? There's, most likely she's been experiencing this her whole life. It's not going to go away. But you have to be strong. If you don't, your father will kill you. Okay, so is it... And then he appears. Is it not a suicide thing, then? If they're not strong enough, he kills them? Alright, gonna tell her the truth now? Alright, nope, just straight up, don't get involved with dating. That's it. And then, yeah, the love letter he found. Let's see. Your frequency is 10,000 hertz. My lonely heart is a receiver, tuned just to you. He's got a good way with words. Okay, truth is, she's pregnant again. Oh boy. Give me a healthy baby. A boy would be nice this time. Yeah, you want to have another child? And Miho, what will you do about her? That's supposed to mean. So he just kills off the useless ones. Have another one that's better, he just kill her. Yeah, I was definitely wrong about this father. Way wrong. And a headache again. Another one. But Dad's dealing with the same thing. He's just trying to will his way through it or something. But at the park bench, he seemed completely fine to just, casually be dealing with it. Miho, open your heart. Why do you refuse me? Oh, it's father. Father's forcing his way into their head. I see. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So then why did he do it at the park, though? What was that about? And why, I guess that's why he wanted to, kill his sons and that, because they were getting worthless or whatever. But oh my god, that's a good twist. I actually did not see that coming at all. That's a great twist. Fantastic. And yeah, Kiyama from Class E fell down the stairs, got hurt really bad. Was that from when she, she scared him or something, basically? And yeah, it looks like someone pushed him. But I don't know. Maybe that was a more recent thing, or maybe that was the moment we saw. But yeah, okay, she knows. But no, it wasn't me, it was father. But okay, going to Tsukasa. Tsukasa, you have to help me. My father's taking over my body and making me do whatever he wants. I know he's just watching me. I finally figured it out last night. Or I just know he's watching me. I know he's just watching me. But yeah, Mom told me to stay strong, but I can't. It keeps out, I might hurt someone again without even knowing it. And yeah, I hurt Kayama. But yeah, this is a whole lot to take in for him. And Dad's gonna kill me. Gonna have another baby, won't need me anymore. My brother stopped doing what our father wanted. He killed them because they were in the way. So I assume he also did the same thing with all his brothers and with his own father and his mother and stuff. But I don't know. It's like, maybe it's because it's a lineage thing. So, if you're like have a strong enough will, can you take over another part of your family? So like anybody could do it, but he just got the strongest will because of his backstory. And father's coming out again. And yeah, straight up, damn it, is that what Mio said? Yeah, it's gonna kill Tsukasa here on the roof. Look how big you've gotten. Seems like Mio spilled everything. Yeah, I took her over. Now that it's come to this, I'll have to kill you both to protect my secret. And yeah, through the little ripped hole here, grab on tight, don't die. And yeah, afraid of heights, die in terror. This dad's the worst. But okay. Managed to get her off him. Hell yeah. She's still got, the same strength, but it's not the father's strength. Oh, is she back? Is she back? Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to protect her, but it's going to be very difficult. Oh my god, kicks us down the stairs. Never mind. Just let your guard down. Hope you fail the exams. Next time you have a little rendezvous, I'll kill you. But yeah, I hope it's not an act this time. Gotta really figure out how we're going to save her. Okay, is Tsukasa going to come to, Yeah. Yes, this is the Tsukasa. We're all packed, ready to go. Father's not here. But, is Mother going to leave? Okay. She is going to come. Good. Okay, yep, now Father's home. Where are you? Just packed up everything and left in the middle of the night. Or probably in the middle of the day, actually. But alright, she's going to come after him. Just run after him. Alright, my aunt in Hokkaido will put you up. Okay, good. Okay, on. He's going to come visit on summer break and everything. Oh, this is really nice, but I feel like we're going to end in a very tragic way. Alright, parents are at the station. But doesn't matter, he ran all the way here. Yep, he knew exactly what was going on. Shit. What do we do? How do we get out of here safely? Probably not possible. Alright, you go out the back. The south gate of the station. But now, Tsukasa's going to do something against the father. Yeesh, what a situation to be in. And yeah, he's trying to hold everything against him. Not even, like, he's trying to use his powers, but he's also just trying to use actual manipulation tactics at the same time. And alright, slams the door open. I'm not letting you through. I feel like he's just gonna plow straight through you. He is a grown man, you are a child. Alright, yeah, send him somewhere you can't even touch him. And yep, you're gonna attack him. She's gonna strangle him to death. God damn, I feel like he's just gonna kill this kid. And now, yeah, trying to invade their mind. God, the way he draws these streets is so good. Oh, God, his neck, like, extending so far. Now, yeah, still taking her over. Nope, he's got her. Sechi, you traitor. And okay, by the necktie, hell yeah, strangle him. Yep, and then I'll cease the control temporarily. You see how strong a brat can be now? Alright, he's gonna strangle him now. Good. God, I love them just having this, like, conversation as they're strangling each other. Just the battle of ideologies here. And I see. So Sachi was the one, Mrs. Toto, she was the one who came here to ask for help. She's had the worst of everybody. And okay, that actually snapped him back. Alright, he's accepting it. Can't reach her anymore. They're gone. Is he really just gonna accept it like this? This easily? Time's finally come. Alone again. Takes me back to my boyhood and the old days. My mother abandoned me when I was too small to remember her. Relatives took me in and I just kept my head down and worked non-stop. Worked in exchange for them feeding me. I can't remember ever playing. I even felt like play was a sin. But I lived pushing back the desire to play. When I grew up, I had kids. I started to be able to leave my body, borrowed my children's bodies, lost stuff in play. That was what was going on with the fucking unicycle. That's what he did at the amusement park. I see. Uh-huh. When my sons learned the truth about me, they rejected me and took their own lives. No, they didn't. You killed them both. I mean, maybe the first one, because we didn't really see it, but, you know, the second one was 100% you killing him. And the one memory he has of playing was with his brothers on the Ferris wheel. But okay, Mr. Toto, you can take control of me. But no, done, and I can't take over strangers. I can't believe he was like, you can take over me, it's fine. Crazy. And the next day, a man went to the amusement park alone. Walked around for a while, got on the Ferris wheel, but when the Ferris was approaching its peak, he suddenly opened the door and never came home again. Okay, this one actually had a good end. Holy shit, a Junji Ito story with a good end? My god. I would give this one again like a 9 out of 10. This is really good. I think I shot myself in the foot giving the other one a 9 out of 10 because I can't go to 10 out of 10. I want to wait for one that's like really, really, really firing on like everything is perfect. But like 9 out of 10, this is as close as we're going to get right now. I absolutely loved this one. Best of the one shots so far. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Really tying like some stuff that Junji Ito does really well with stuff that he doesn't typically do ever. And so I think it actually really worked with both those in mind. Next up we have the Unendurable Labyrinth. And god, just the way Junji Ito always draws this shit. It's crazy how quickly he, you know, found his style and matched with it. And a Buddha in the labyrinth as well. Girl trapped in the labyrinth. When I stopped coming to school, Noriko was worried, so she invited me on a hike. I figured the mountains would be okay, so I said yes. I like the mountains better than the beach anyway. Ironically though, this mountain was the one place I never should have gone. And okay, here's our characters from the cover, it seems like. Saying she didn't stop going to school for any particular reason. And she even cut her hair. I don't want to have to braid my hair for school. You don't like braids? But no, she's just saying it takes a long time, I assume. But yeah, so went hiking to convince her to come back. But yeah, she's not wanting to. Now they're lost in here. But yeah, well, we clammed up, so if we head down, we'll get back to the bottom of the mountain. I mean, yeah, you think so? It's not that easy. You would think it's so easy when you're lost in the woods to be able to find your way out, because if you just head in one direction, you'll get out of the woods. Or in this case, you just gotta head down. But you don't realize how many times you are on a mountain, you might be heading down, 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 and down, but then the only way further down is to go then back up, and then back down, and then back up, and you could just be lost forever. And like, also, walking on a trail is one thing, trying to cut through the forest is a whole different thing. You can walk for, you know, what'll take you 10 minutes on a trail will take you 40 minutes off the trail. And that is not an exaggeration. But where are they now? Just a bunch of weird structures? I assume it's some sort of, like, temple-like thing or something. I don't know. But okay, I don't like that. I don't like the expression. I don't like how skinny it is. I don't like it. I don't like it. It looks off. It's like bad. It's too normal human proportions rather than like Buddha proportions. I don't like it. Creepy. And then whoop. Okay, just seeing a bunch of monks in a line. That is so fucking creepy. So fucking creepy. They are not that worried about it. Yeah, they're just like, oh cool, people. They can tell us where to go. But they look gaunt as hell. And they just continue on. They won't answer you in any way. Yeah, very weird. But okay, is it 4:30 p.m. I assume? So yeah, it's about to, I don't know, you know, they said it's about like it's going to be the second semester, so I imagine it's like winter. So yeah, definitely the sun's about to come down soon. And now in front of a big old waterfall. I was not expecting the labyrinth to just be the woods, but God, getting lost in the woods. Never, ever, ever, ever again. Fuck that shit. Terrifying, terrifying, terrifying. You feel like you're going to be lost in there forever. But okay, they seem like they actually are real monks or something. And they're training under the waterfalls in the middle of winter, I assume. I'm guessing this is around like September, November. But I actually don't know, like, you know, what Japan's school year is like. And hanging themselves by a single foot from the mountains. Holy shit. Oh, okay. Okay. Right, she approached by someone who doesn't look too bad here. But yeah, this area is a sacred space, closed off from the outside world. Now, do you mean that as in, like, you know, metaphorically, or do you mean that as in, like, literally like a spiritual world or something like that here? Difficult to leave. People like you do occasionally wander in. People who are, you know, in between worlds in their own life. You know, she's not going to school anymore, so she's, like, in between worlds or something. You can't leave the mountain now. Come stay at our temple tonight. This one's really creeped me out. So, they follow the Mikyo practices of Buddhism, but they have an independent doctrine. But they've been around for a long enough time to not be considered a new religion. God, so fucking creepy. This one's really getting me the most out of all the ones we read so far. I don't know what it is about it. I mean, maybe it's just the, I can relate to the being lost in the woods thing. But, like, this stuff is just, like... This is the kind of shit that gets me the most in, like, horror movies and stuff, too. When there's just, like, people who are, like, doing a sort of ritual, but they're not paying any attention to you. Just... That's why a lot of Junji stuff gets me as well. Just, like, people not acting, in a normal way, As in, like, you would expect, even with this going on, for them to have acknowledged you in some way. But the fact that they just, like, fully ignored you and everything in the situation you're in. But okay, then there's some people here who are not monks. They're not believers. They're not monks and they're not believers. Those with mental illnesses come to recuperate. If you meditate intensely here, you will find health. Okay. And yeah, seem like some normal people. Oh, since you came all this way, why don't you just try some Zazen meditation for a few days? I don't know, she doesn't seem like she's in great health, like mentally. Okay, I was way wrong about this. This is the middle summer break. Okay, completely wrong. So then 4:30 was not late at all. You still had like an extra maybe like 3 hours, 2.5 hours or something. Again, I don't really know when the sun sets in Japan, but it's the land of the rising sun, so I guess it would probably maybe, you would lose the sun a lot faster, perhaps? I don't know. But I mean, yeah, she wants to do it. So I guess her friend's going to go along with her and do it. So then the next morning, they woke us up at 3 a.m. and we started Zazen practice. A state of nothing. Become nothing. Hey, Hiromi. Come on, Hiromi. What, Kazumi? So, like, Sayako's so lucky, huh? Okay, never mind. I was like, is she, like, is she, like, mentally communicating with her or something? No. This is the girls who are making fun of her. Making fun of her, but, like, oh, she's so lucky. She's pretty and she gets good grades. But... Okay, terrible personality. I just get that feeling looking at her face. Okay, no, there's not rumors about it. She's just like, just looking at her, I assume she has a terrible personality. But it was just that one time, too. That was the only bad thing she's ever heard about herself. At least from her, maybe. But then I'm conscious of other people's eyes. Am I actually not nice? Does that really show on my face? I tried in my heart to understand it. But it was an unnatural effort. I grew more and more aware of other people's eyes. Everyone's looking at me. Everyone's judging me. This is just like the first bit, this is someone who's had no, criticism of them whatsoever, or even anybody, like, observing them in a negative way. And the moment someone observes them in a slightly negative way, which is just, I don't know, looking at her, it seems like she might have a bad personality. That small little thing. But again, if you've had no experience of that, then that one little thing coming so late into your life is going to affect you so much more. But, so would she, like, fall asleep, and so they whacked her back awake? Okay, and here's that girl who was looking at us, earlier, who was, like, side-eyeing us as we were walking past. Aya Kuramoto. Been here 2 months! Jesus! Oh, and she as well came to get over her fear of people. That's what I say, anyway. I actually came looking for my brother. Oh, okay. What? Your brother disappeared 5 years ago, but you're still here for months? Checked his diary, found out that he'd come to this group. I was sure to be at the temple here, so I pretended I wanted to train and came looking for him, but I haven't found him. Huh. And how many people do they have here? It's gotta be so weird, just this girl really doesn't want to be here that much, but she's just doing all this for her friend, like, extremely commendable. I don't think I could do this. And they're trying to convince our main girl to just stay here. Stay here, join our group, and you'll never be lost again. And yeah, Fumekyo will save not only you, but all of humanity at some point. Scary. Okay, it's finally tonight. Makes me feel so powerful. At any rate, it only happens once every 3 years. 100 people becoming Buddhas all at once. So there's a lot of people here. And are they all going to, undergo a crazy thing like being buried alive or whatever? We have to build on our practice so we can be ready soon, too. Entering, Nirvana is our ultimate objective, after all. I think it's going to be one of those extreme, things. There's a word for it, but I don't remember it. Okay, yeah, so these people aren't even a part of the 100. There's 100 other people who are going to become Buddhas, but that's not necessarily any of the people, you know, like these guys who are ascetic monks, or even the, like, mentally ill people who are here as well. None of those add up to the 100. And, okay, she doesn't even know about the Nirvana stuff. They say that you're assaulted by visions before you become a Buddha. What does that mean? And then walks past him, overhears. Okay, now here's all the... Well, these are the ascetic monks. Would we call these ascetic monks as well, or are they just, like, training to become ascetic monks? I assume that's more accurate there. But I don't know why it's always funny to me seeing, like, an ascetic monk with glasses. Just because it's like, you know, they're wearing so little, they're just skin and bones, but they're still like, well, I mean, I can't see without my glasses. I mean, I do need that. Oh, but they're all chanting away. Om Manga Vairakana Mahamarada Maripanma Javala Padra Tayahum. And now they're all going out. Okay, that looks like way more than 100. That looks like way more than 100. Where are they all going? So, okay, yeah, Buddhist mummies. Okay, so they're going to mummify themselves. Yep. Okay, Soku Shinbutsu. That's what the thing I was talking about was. So, it's kind of a Buddhist mummy. It's when a monk mummifies himself while he's still alive. A little mole, like hill here. But yeah, I've heard of that. Monk gets into the coffin on the ground, sits there, ringing his bells, then when he dies, turns into a mummy. And yeah, the whole becoming Buddha thing, pretty torturous as well. Like, you know, yeah, this seems pretty torturous, but all the stuff you gotta do before you even get in there is pretty torturous. Like, you know, all the stuff they have to do to look this way. This is not just normal fasting. You know, they're doing all the shit that, like, expels shit out of their body and everything like that, so... You know, to get all the bacteria out as well. Yeah, as I said, way too skinny to just be fasting. Yep, they're doing the whole, like, I don't remember what it's, the cleansing shit. But they're all heading out somewhere. And yeah, maybe your brother's been, you know, did what they did. Perhaps. And yeah, she started telling you, like, they're going to keep you here too. If you don't get out while they're not here, then you're going to be here forever. And that warning goes double for you, Sayako. Damn. Calling her out. Okay, let's all go. And yeah, like, oh yeah, what am I trying to say? And no more path, just gonna have to cut through the woods itself. And yeah, snakes as well. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, I mean, like, all the wild animals out here, it's the middle of the night, you can't really see anything, we don't have a torch or anything. And yeah, I mean, literally, as I was just talking about, like, you know, the amount of time it took us to just cut through from right here to their path was, you know, as long for them to get out of our sight entirely. But they see us running off. Okay, leave them be. They have chosen to live their lives in confusion in the secular world. Okay. And back here to this Buddha statue. I do not like the way it's looking at me. Okay, yep, and there's a pile of torches. Extinguished them. And then they go inside the maze here, perhaps. A spirally door. Ugh, don't like that door either. And then it just leads down to a mausoleum, perhaps. Just a long corridor. They got narrower and narrower. Don't know how long we walked. And then, all lined up. Is just this their tomb? Yep, all lined up. They're already dead. Maybe that was the ones that have died before them, and so they're further down. They have to go all the way past these guys, because they look a bit like, you know, they've been rotting here for a little bit. But also, you know, their bodies are so free of bacteria that they don't fully rot away. They mummify. Yeah, to be mummified standing up, that's crazy. This is already all crazy, but that's crazier. Wonder why they have to become Soku Shinbutsu in a group. I love this girl too. She has such a non-typical Junji Ito design at all. Like, you know, this girl, we see 1,000 of these girls, but this girl, she's so unique, and so she has these expressions that I'm not, like, used to. And, you know, she feels so much more real. But alright, my brother still might be here. She's gonna check every one of these. And we had no choice but to follow her. Well, why? I guess because she's got the flashlight or something, but, like, you guys can just wait back at the entrance. You don't have to go through here. But now it's gonna become a maze. Yep, turning into a labyrinth. Terrifying underground maze full of mummies. Holy shit, this one's really getting me. I should not have rated those other two 9 out of 10. I should have given myself more leeway. We're gonna have to start going above 10. And the mummies were newer as we moved, as I thought. Then, she does find her brother, completely mummified. Yeah, she's gonna stay here to mourn a bit. Gives her the flashlight. She's gonna get out of here without the flashlight, or she might just stay in here and die. Alright, let's get out of here. Unless you're gonna be trapped in this maze forever. This maze of confusion. Should have been leaving some markers. And they don't know how long they've been down here, for how long they've been walking. They're saying it's like the whole fucking mountain. And now completely lost. And it's getting colder. And what's going on? Just like, I mean, she's, everything that's been going on, now this is piling all on top of it. Right, I'm afraid of eyes, I'm afraid of people's gazes, and this is really bad. Ooh, I like that this is just like a big phobia that's getting into her rather than like a supernatural, really weird sort of thing. We're being punished for leaving Kuramoto by herself. She told us she needed to be alone. Oh, but yeah, she's just spiraling. She's just spiraling. I can feel their gazes. But how could the mummies be looking? It's on your head. See? Take a look. And they're all going to be looking at her. Yep, they're all... I don't like that panel. I can't even look at that panel. Holy shit, that's terrifying. At some point, we'd wander in the most terrifying area. Living gazes. I see the curious gazes of the believers who had just entered. I see, that's why. Did they think that we were a vision? Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Oh my god, that's where we end too. Just like, they're lost in here. They might get out. They might not. I like endings like that a lot more than a definitive, ending. I like a lot more one where you're like, you don't know what's going to happen. And especially when you end it when someone is in a terrible situation that you don't know how they're going to get out of. But it's not like there's no way out of it. Fuck, man, I can't even look at that panel. Oh my god, this just... Oh, okay, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. This one really, really bothers me. Maybe I have a phobia of people's eyes too. Because, Jesus Christ, that's fucking creepy. And it's also just the whole knowledge of what like, going through, seeing all these dead bodies and then this. I think, I already thought this was terrifying and alone being, a supernatural thing. But the fact that it just so happened to have, like, a real answer. And there was nothing really supernatural that happened in this entire thing. Woo! That one was good. That one was really good. Great design for our character here as well. Yeah. And just, it was just a, like, mental illness chapter. It was just about an actual phobia. Like, this was so different, I think the first Junji Ito thing we've ever read that didn't have a supernatural thing happen. I think that's the first one ever. And yeah, this one did not get a live-action adaptation. Sad to see that. This one would have fucking slapped as live-action adaptation. But actually, I think I would want like a much more recent one rather than one in the 2000s. But, okay, moving on to the next one. Alright, next up we got Bullied, which, by the way, the final 3 stories in this, like, collection by Viz are out of order for some reason. Everything else is in exact chronological order, except for these last 3 stories, which they just sort of, in these last 3, just sort of rearranged them a little bit. Why? You were so close to a perfect chronological order, and then you just decided, nope, last 3 stories just going to be arbitrarily switched up. Okay. But, Bullied, we got the girl here who looks like she's from Dissolving Classroom. No, yes, Dissolving Classroom. And, then the boy here, she's bullying. Seems like he'd probably be in like a grade younger than her or something. Maybe they're siblings. Probably not siblings. Probably just she's in a grade higher than him. But actually, starting with a older couple here, and like these seem like this is like a middle school sort of like 2 people. But these seem like they're maybe in high school or something, or maybe just a higher grade middle school. But either way, they're talking about marriage and stuff, so I assume at least high school. But yeah, okay, so like, they're already having plans to marry and stuff like that, but she's just like, I want to tell you something, I hope you'll still want to marry me afterwards. But yeah, this guy seems good, but let's see his reaction to whatever she's going to say. I mean, whatever she's going to say is a Junji Ito story, it's probably going to be pretty crazy. And she never wants to come to this park, but he's like, but surely this park gives you happiness, right? Like, it's the only place around here that hasn't changed since we were kids. And, like, they've known each other since they were kids. Wonder how it would be if it did change, if it just disappeared entirely. This park is a symbol of a dark time in my past. Okay, so that's why she's not liking it here. So when she was a bully, I assume? Yeah, and so that's probably what she's going to say, right? Like, I'm going to tell you something, which is, I used to be a bully. Hope you'll still want to marry me afterwards. But okay, yeah. So it's not like she has unhappy memories of them, which they did, They've known each other since they were kids. But yeah, not unhappy memories with him, but somebody else. Yeah, I wanted to come to the park today because I decided to tell you about my past. Feelings for me might very well change. But I can't marry you and I'm still hiding my past. Okay, so gonna get a little bit of a flashback. And so this park used to be a playground for you and the other boys, not the girls apparently. But you were always a year older than me, you were not always, and that's kind of how age works, but you were a year older than me and I was always coming along, hoping you'd play with me. Launches himself off the swing. Trying to see who can go the furthest. Very enamored with him. But they're like, ew, a girl, gross, yeah, go away. Yeah. And yeah, oh, I know, she's in love with you, Taro, go on and play with her. Shut up, you dummy. And yeah, tells her to get out of here too. Fine. Yeah, that's kids alright. But that was when his mom brought him to the park. Yep, here's the innocent little boy. So young, so innocent. Oh, okay. You by yourself, young lady? So just hands him over to her. Alright, have fun together. And with chocolate as well. Now the boys are coming over. Give me that chocolate! No way, I got it for playing with this kid. And okay, yeah, so it's not for him, it's for her. She got paid with chocolate. But alright, but yeah, so like, she's actually happy to just play with him and have a good time. Alright, this is now. He's very, very nervous and embarrassed as a kid. And yeah, when did this playground turn into a playground for kids? Like, they are probably a year older and they're already like, oh, you kids, like, nothing, kids love to call other kids kids because they're a year older than them. Alright, let's go buy some candy. What, but your kids too? Yeah, exactly. But alright, no one's on the swings now, so let's get on the swings. And yeah, just like a little brother, took right to her. And then he came all by himself without his mom. He just kept coming after that, and then the kids would go, let's go away. And yeah, I can see also why he was like, I knew I was a little bit of a jerk, but like, I wasn't that bad, right? But okay, can't play today, I have a thing. What is it? But he's so insistent. But okay, she comes back home. So did she not go to her thing, whatever that was? Oh, okay, so now his mother made some cake for them. And they just moved here, so he doesn't have any friends yet. Okay. But yeah, ended up forced to hang out with Naya whenever I went to the park to get closer to Yutaro. And now she's starting to resent it. Like, she was really into it until her mom was like, you have to make sure you're hanging out with him. And now, now it's an obligation. Now it's no longer fun. Yeah, I hated it so much. Now glued himself to me. I couldn't stand it anymore. She was having so much fun before, but... Alright, I'll tell you a secret. Just screams in his ear. Did I scare you? Yeah, my ear's still ringing. Oh my god, and now she's like, oh no, there's a ring ear in your bug. Ring ears or bugs are scary. They go right through your ears and eat your brain. Alright, I'll get it out for you. Ugh, pulling on his ears super hard. Yeah, started picking on him. Thought he'd stop coming to the park if I did, but he just keeps coming. I mean, you're doing the same thing with another boy. And now it's like a boiling hot day, and she turns the water fountain off so that way he can't turn it back on. Would she like turn it off real tight or something? But he doesn't even seem to try. But that's harsh. That is harsh. He is thirsty on a hot day, and she's like, I ain't giving you water. I'll give you some water that's even better. What the fuck are you about to do? Okay. Jesus, drink out of the drainage pipe. Gutter water. Oh, God. Yeah, she's fucked up. The other guys are not doing this to her. And yeah, was it now that I couldn't forget that me used to be nice and play with him? No matter how awful I was, kept coming back for more. I mean, You might like it. Listen. Again, you're doing the same thing to another guy. He's not being this much of a bully to you. But, listen, some of us guys, we like it, okay? We like it. We like the bullying. And now they're playing swords. Smacks it out of his hands and then just beats him with it. She's gonna give him some masochistic tendencies, that's for sure. Oh my god. Now she's making him jump off a high thing. She's gonna break his fucking legs or something. It's not that high, but like he's a little tiny kid. Okay, now mom's coming. Yeah. Yeah, ma'am, now says he's gonna jump. Please stop him. Oh my god, trying to, gaslight him immediately. And got chocolate again. But now didn't come to the park the next day. So I went to go get him. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, now she's really becoming sadistic with it. Oh, I like this panel a lot. This face is really good. Pretty surprised when your mom came yesterday. You didn't tell her the truth, did you now? Okay, I didn't say anything. Really? She's taking such pleasure in it too. I'm sure that's not helping. Listen, if you are a boy like this, you want to see a girl smile. He just wants to see her smile. She's smiling a lot these days when she gets to do this stuff to him. I get it. Didn't think we were going to get a story like this in Junji Ito. Alright, great. Let's check if that's true. Bringing him all the way back to his mom. What, your trial starts now? Okay. The dog named Oni with a bones and a cat skeleton next to it. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. So, rolling a ball right next to it. Go get it. If you're innocent, Oni won't do anything. I don't know about that. He ate a cat. I don't know about that. And now, this I think would make me, like, everything else I would have put up with, everything else I would have enjoyed being bullied in order to make a girl smile. This, too far. This is the first one that I feel like would actually break the relationship. But yeah, what happened to him? I guess he was hurt pretty badly. I ran away. A little after that, he moved. Okay, so you don't know what really happened after that. That's even insaner, though. Like, she realized, like, whoa, that was way too much. That was way over the top. I gotta run away now. And then they didn't talk about it at all. Even if he didn't say anything to his mom, she probably, knows he wouldn't do that on his own and stuff. And also she's probably gonna be able to tell he's lying and stuff like that. And he probably got hurt really badly, real bad. But yeah, it was a horrible child. How do you feel now that you know? So that's what this is about. Feelings haven't changed. It was ages ago, and kids do that kind of stuff. Do you think this made me hate you or something? Okay, then I have to tell you this too about what happened after that. Okay. I ran into Naoya the other day. Okay, so what happened after that, as in like very recently. But okay, damn, and he is fucking blown up crazily. Whew, he's taller than her now. It's me. Don't you recognize me? Naoya. Damn, color drained from her face. And he doesn't have any, like, lasting injuries, it seems. At least not on his face. Maybe elsewhere. But, good to see you. And, yeah, color drained from her face. Everything that happened. But he was really nice to me. Had he forgotten? And on the stairs, too. So, like, he actually might not be that taller than her. But the stairs adding this height factor. The fact that she's having to look up at him. Like, I bet that's making her heart go flutter, even in both ways, like the terrifying nature of it, but also just like a meeting like this. How about we get some tea? Moved here from work. Never dreamed of running into you. Oh, such a surprise. You turned out so well. And yeah, you haven't changed at all, Kuriko. You were always so beautiful. I knew it. He was into her from the start. He was enjoying the bullying because it made her smile. They really are good memories. Is that park still there? And yeah, good memories to him. Again, if I were to reminisce with some girls from my childhood and I, said like, oh yeah, the memories from us hanging out were really good, I feel like they would also be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I bullied you ruthlessly. And I'd be like, yeah, great memories. I still think all those memories. I was not expecting a story like this in Junji Ito. But yeah, hasn't changed a bit. I know. How about we go there sometime? We still have so much to talk about. What's he planning? Like, is he planning some sort of revenge or something? It doesn't seem like it, but, you know, that's where my immediate mind goes. We're in a horror story. But yeah, it's all still the same. That's the hill's still the same too. We walked up with you pulling my ears, right? You were quite the tomboy. I like his outlook on it being, oh, you were such a tomboy. Ah, it's so real. It's so real. Oh, he's so, like, he's just never thought about it in the serious way where she's thought about it. And even something like with the dog was horrifying to her. But to him, he was just like, I don't really care. I liked it. And I wasn't trying to be mean. I mean, you were. It's just, you were so cute. Really? Wow. This is honestly so adorable, but this is a horror story, so where are we going with this? I really looked up to you. You were the only one who'd play with me. I've been thinking about you all this time. Look at those eyes. Just seeing you from behind the other day, I knew it was you right away. Yeah, I think like maybe she's telling all this maybe because this is I want to get with him, not with the guy I agreed to marry. But, you know, like, even after I tell you all this, will you still be able to love me when I, you know, was wavering here or something? But again, that's not enough for a horror story, I feel like, especially not a Junji Ito one. But yeah, now back to present time. And then in that day, she was finally freed of the guilt I've carried around all these years. Was that the last time you saw him then? No, we met several times after that as well. And what? We have a date again today. He should be here soon. Oh my god, are you just breaking up with him right now? Yutaro, I'm sorry. I've fallen in love with Naoya. Insane! Insane! She's still just as bad. She's still just as bad. This is awful, awful, awful. Oh my god. Oh, I feel so bad for this guy. Jesus. There is so many better ways you could have broken the news or done this. Inviting him here to this. Absurd. What the fuck is wrong with you? And then yeah, after Yutaro left, Naoya and I got married at a ceremony with just us. Man, we are just, what, how do you even fucking react to the situation? Truly, you have to just get up and leave, because if you stay, you're gonna say some horrible things. Oh. But then, they got married, eventually had an adorable baby boy, Hiroshi. Firmly believed our happiness would go on forever, but it didn't last that long. Not long after Hiroshi was born, Naoya just disappeared. He said he was off to work, never came home again. Went to get the big cigarette. Put in a missing person report, but they found no trace of him. Did he just do this to, like, burden you with a baby and leave? Is that his revenge? I feel like he got more revenge than that, but... Then 4 years after he disappeared... Mom, I'm not leaving this apartment. Now he's gonna come home. But, wait. Oh, no, this is like her saying that. I thought it was like the kid saying that. But no, this is her saying it to her own mother. What, is she like cooking dinner right now? Or? Okay, no, she did make dinner and everything. But yeah, they're very, very poor or something. But, oh no, now she just sees him as now. Oh, now she just sees him as now. Yeah, I was gonna say, they were, you know, like, saying no for the dinner. A lot like the water. Looks so much like your daddy when he was little. Really do look just like him. I mean, him leaving a child and everything, that is crazy if that is what he did. Or if he, you know, who knows why he went missing. But, and Mom used to pick on him every day. He was so cute when I picked on him. It was fun. But he still stuck with me. Maybe he wanted to pick on me to pick on him. Yeah. For some reason, I wanted to pick on him so much I could hardly stand it. Wonder what he's doing now. I want to pick on him again. And, I mean, honestly, that would be a great relationship if, you know, like, you know, it's unclear, like, you know, what was their relationship like? Was it, you know, not what he wanted and that's why he left? Like, you know, we don't know, you know, not long after he was born, so, and that was eventually we had a baby boy, so, like, who knows how long they were married before they had a baby, and then how long was it after the baby that he left? I don't know, but, like, you know, it's the way she's implying it, like, you know, like, oh, maybe he wanted me to pick on him, you know, as a kid, definitely, but also, like, you know, for some reason I wanted to pick on him so much I could hardly stand on it. Again, could be still talking about as a kid, but are we also talking about in their marriage or something? But Like, I guess what I'm getting at is, like, did he leave because of the past stuff, or did he leave because he's like, oh, well, I thought if we were in a relationship, she was going to be picking on me and bullying me, and because she didn't, I'm just going to leave. It's also, just, there's, the Japanese thing of just leaving in the middle of a marriage. I mean, of course, it happens here, too, but there's a whole name for it in Japan. I don't even remember what the word for it is. But yeah, it's a whole phenomenon. But so maybe he did just decide to walk out. But either way, I do love the dynamic of her, them being a married couple with a kid and her still having this, like, oh, I really want to pick on him. He's so cute when I pick on him. I love that. I love it. I love that kind of relationship. But this is a horror manga. So now she's going to start doing it to him, too. And now her hair, like, what is she, like, what is going on? Like, she's trying to make herself look younger, like how she did back then? Is that what she's doing? But now you didn't fall off a cliff or get abducted by an international organization. Get abducted by an international organization. It's crazy. You didn't run off with another woman. You were planning to get a revenge on me right from the start. I don't know. This is such a weird way to do it. And she just calls him now the whole time, too. Just continuously calls him now. You really aren't all of a child. You came because you knew I wanted to play with you, Turo, didn't you? You came to get in the way. Fine then, I'll play with you. I'll take you to the park right now. Just fully role-playing this as now. She has gone crazy. But yeah, it's nighttime. Nighttime's even better. Oh my god, okay, yeah, doing herself up to look like she did back then. You won't pull my ears again, right, Mommy? I won't do anything. Nothing at all. Honestly, yeah, this one not as like dark as you're typically expecting for Junji Ito. Still some creepy art and stuff like that. Honestly, some real creepy art, but like, yeah, not as dark as I was expecting this to go. And I guess I'll have to just take her word for it. Maybe now did plan to get revenge for her on her the entire time, and this was his way of doing it, saddling her with a child. That's fucked up, but she is too. Okay, that was Bullied. I'd give this one, honestly, like an 8 out of 10, I think. This one was really good. I like this one a lot. 8 out of 10. Next up, we got Deserter, what this whole thing is named after. And a research assistant. Wonder what he was researching. I mean, It doesn't... Yeah, I was about to say, like, oh, is it going to be set in, like, Edo time or something like that? But no, he's wearing a modern, sort of pajamas. I was going to say, like, high school uniform, but actually I think he's just wearing, like, pajamas. But still, modern kind of pajamas and everything, so. But okay. We have a deserter at our house. Okay. So deserter as in, like, a deserter from the military? Is that what we're saying? And then this is, like, him peering into the basement. They're living in the basement. We have a deserter at our house. He's hiding on the second floor of our storehouse. At night, he sneaks out at a specific time to have a plain meal with us. Okay, so they're harboring him, actually. Like, they know. But yeah, so I assume this is actually, like, right after the war then. This is probably, set in, like, the 40s or something. Might even be set during the war, more likely, actually. But yeah, hey, Furukawa, you deserter, no one's found you. Simply he smiles and scratches his head when my brother calls him that, his face pale from never seeing the sun. But yeah, got a lot of young people here, harboring him. And yeah, sure calls him a lot of trouble, but, this is a very worthwhile thing to be doing. And you're all doing all you can to get by in this time of war, and then I... Must be... yeah. Must be a real brother to have a traitor like me here. Okay, so yeah, they're all siblings, I see. But yeah, they're all taking it very lightly. Like, he's got a lot of guilt, obviously, but they're all treating it very lightly. If you were a stranger, I wouldn't have anything to do with this. But we're friends, right? Okay, so maybe not. They're not all siblings then. I'm not sure. Must be a real bother to have a traitor like me here. Okay, sorry, not brother, bother. So okay, yeah, they are just all friends then. And yeah, they're living out in the country. Isn't it hard only eating once a day? Damn. And yeah, what's all this all over the wall? Just pro-war propaganda all over the wall. Japanese troops finally landed in America. Japanese troops finally landed in America. Wait, what? Oh, well, Hawaii, right? I assume. And like, all the pro-war propaganda on the wall, I assume is like, them taking propaganda and bringing it back and putting it up and laughing about it and stuff like that. But Shigeko, what do you think about the invasion? So wait, is this like alternate future sort of thing then? Well, Japan conquered Asia, so of course we can take America. Okay, yeah, so alternate future. Either Japan won World War II, or it's still World War II, and they're just going further and further, essentially, or, you know, future time, who knows exactly, but, okay, Japan invading America right now. But I don't know anything about the war. She's trying to stay out of it. You always say that. And then when supper's finished, Furukawa goes back to the storehouse. This brief period is the only time he ever leaves it. So, like, also, it seems like, you know, they are really, like, they're in the countryside and everything like that, but, like, he is, like, staying completely, like, you know, he doesn't want to get caught at all, which really sounds like people are out looking for him. Like, people are hunting him down and stuff like that. This is not just a, like, oh, well, just don't go in public. It's like, no, I can't even, like, show my face around the house, really, more than, like, one meal a day. And then my brother always attacks me for my attitude. Okay, so, yeah, these two are siblings. But why can't you ever work with me? I mean, Shigeko does. You're the only one stepping out of line. So is it like everyone here is siblings but him? And then the soldier comes once a month. Okay, I see. And so, yeah, but I mean, he's out here eating when they come, and he can just rush off to the storeroom. So, you know, I'm not really sure why he, you know, but I mean, the fact that they're coming constantly was probably adding a lot to the nervousness. But yeah, they are hunting him down. You wouldn't be hiding a deserter in here, would you? Of course not! We're searching for a man called... Why is she shouting? Like, of course not! It sounds like she's shouting into the house, too, or something. But, yeah. And he's a serious criminal. When we catch him, he'll be put to death by firing squad! We don't know him. We don't know anyone like that. And they're all shouting up to the storeroom. So is he in on it, or something? What the fuck is this scenario? What is going on? But we've had reports of him being seen here. That must be some mistake. I'll need you to let me take a look. Of course, come in. What the fuck? And then, yeah, she's like, so yeah, this is all planned. Should we call it quits for tonight? Sure, thanks. Another great performance. Probably shaking in his boots. Why the fuck are you doing this? But to say the same thing every month, do something different next time. True, if I keep repeating the same lines, he'll catch on. Try to think of something to really wind him up. What the fuck are they doing? What the fuck? Maybe I'll even wear a little mustache next time. And okay, today's payment. Thanks for coming all this way. And then, yeah, gives them a bunch of vegetables. It's actually pretty funny. With the Korean War, Japan's recovery has been remarkable. Wait. Furukawa's still the only one who's still living the war. Okay, oh my god. So they're just like fucking with him, making him think that a war is still going on? August 15th is 8 years ago already. To think he has no idea how the world changed after that. So they've just been fucking with him with the invasion thing and everything like that. Oh my god. Jesus fucking Christ, these people are evil. Jesus. And yeah, now I know why she's not wanting to go along with it. And so then, like, what do you know about the war? I don't know anything about the war. That, like, the contextualization of that changing 180 is crazy. We really went from being like, you know, like thinking she was the bad one here to she's the only one here who has any fucking morals. Barely. And he has his own grudge against Furukawa? What the hell? What's going on? But so Oshima was actually one of the guys who deserted with Furukawa. Of course, he deserted because Furukawa pushed him to. While they were running away, Oshima got caught and Furukawa left him. But, okay, that's why he hates him? And he was put in confinement as a deserter. But yeah, it's like, you know, of course, he's not going to blame the fucking government. He's going to blame the guy who tried to get him out of it. But, asshole. And they eventually sent him to the front lines where he's fighting the worst. And yeah, so now he's getting his revenge, not on the government who sent him to war to die, but on the guy who tried to save his life. Oh my god, he comes here also all the time because he wants to marry this girl. Ugh. But yeah, she's not into it. But I think Shigeko has a crush on Furukawa. Yeah, this is such an interesting, weird, like, intertwining of a bunch of stuff here. I'm also curious why he needed, like, a research assistant for some of this. Curious. I saw her crying in the storehouse not too long after the war ended. And why are you avoiding me? You could at least answer me. It's because you can't forget Kimmy. Okay, so there was another relationship as well. My god, this is such a fucking drama. This ain't a horror. I mean, it's a horror story because they're all fucking evil. Well, mainly him. But, like, you know, it's mostly just a fucking drama. Very intertwining. But I haven't seen her cry again since. She's just shut it all away since then. Thinking about that, I felt like I couldn't keep up this charade any longer. Okay, so now she's going to break it. Yeah, how long am I going to keep doing this? How long am I going to keep him locked up in that storehouse? How long is the charade going to last? Yeah, oh, she'll hear you. Great, I hope he does. Something's wrong with both of you. You lost your minds. You deliberately paste all these outdated slogans all over the wall. And now it's American invasion. You keep making up ridiculous stories. You're taking advantage of the fact that he has no idea what's going on in the world. Lying to him for years. Like, this is, you know, the one guy who was, you know, stayed on the island thinking the war was still going on for like 20 years. But this is like people purposefully doing this to somebody. But okay, now she's joining in too to stop her. Like, you know, this was the telling moment. But she's bought into the brothers' stuff as well. Okay, don't you feel bad for Kimmy? Our poor sister died when she was only 18. So, okay, so Kimmy was their sister. This is like a family of 4 here or something. But anyway, so yeah, what's the whole situation? It's a memorial for Kimmy. Locking him up here is a memorial for Kimmy. It's a revenge on him. It's his fault she's dead. I am basically saying it's his fault the other guy went to war too. You know, I don't trust a damn thing you say. 9 years ago, when Furukawa deserted his regiment, the summer of 1944. Ran away because he couldn't handle the military's strict rules, and he came to my brother, his good friend, for help. We had lost our parents, so it was just us 4 siblings on the farm. And damn, he's all bandaged up and everything like that. What the hell happened to him? And yeah, the war was intensifying, food shortages, so while we did have a farm, life wasn't easy. Plus, the breadwinner of our family, my brother, was seriously injured and in bed recuperating. What happened to him? What the hell? I'm just not going to explain that, okay? But there was no way he could abandon a friend, so he decided to hide him in the storehouse. I don't know about that now. I don't know if I believe that at all. But I mean, you know, maybe things changed. But no, it's not the best, but I think it's the safest place for you. There's also lots of places to hide in here if it comes to that. And I'll get Kimmy to bring you a futon, okay? I don't think my brain will ever be able to understand this sort of thing. I know it's brainwashing, but it's so hard for me to possibly understand how a human being could be in a state to think that deserting from the military is a disgrace. It boggles the mind. But I know, it's brainwashing. Yeah, I mean, literally, he is deep in the fucking brainwashing. I mean, this is the middle of the fucking, you know, World War II in Japan. Of course, the brainwashing is the highest it's ever been. And okay, so he fell from really high up at the factory, okay. And yeah, this guy, evil from the get-go. Like, oh, I'm itching to get out there and fight. Jesus Christ. I mean, he can see what the military is doing. He can see what Japan is doing right now. You know, this is really no different from somebody being like, oh, I really want to be a Nazi right now. Like, it's no different. But yeah, so, yeah, do what I can. But if the Tokyo military police come, that's the end of it. Land me in jail too. And so, yeah, now he was trying to say the opposite to him, like, in present time. But back here, he was like, no, of course I'm going to turn you in immediately. And I was like, this being their family home, now I understand why it was like, you know, oh, we're worried that, you know, the military police are going to come and stuff like that. Because, like, it seemed like they were just staying at a random fucking house out in the wilderness. But apparently this is their family farm and stuff like that. But didn't quite seem like it at first. But, and yeah, he wants someone to talk to as well. Like, you know, being locked up here alone the whole time, it's got to be extremely, extremely depressing. I mean, expressly because he's being hit really hard because he thinks he's a disgrace for deserting the fucking military. That's one of the worst it's ever been. So they came to spend more and more time together. And then eventually started a relationship, basically. And yeah, been here a while. Been here almost a full year. And yeah, at least she's not looking down on him like the others. And yeah, in the army, they beat us every day. If you made a mistake, the whole squad got punished. They'd make us put our hands on a desk and pretend like we were pedaling a bike. Made us act like animals and insects. Jesus Christ. So miserable when they made me pretend I was a cicada. Jeez, so dehumanizing. Unfathomably dehumanizing. But I mean, you know, they had to break them fucking down. Especially in World War II, and especially in Japan's side. They had to break them down hardcore. I mean, they didn't have to, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But brother, Kimmy's being dirty. She's pressed up against Furukawa in his room. I mean, this is also the 40s. This is also the 40s. We can't get that twisted. So yeah, of course, they're going to be pissed about it. And he does try and take the blame. He tries to take the blame. We're just talking, believe me. Yeah, I do believe him as well, that, they were just talking. It was, yeah, she was pressed up against him and stuff like that, which, again, this is the 40s. That's, like, crazy. That's, like, them walking in on them having sex in the fucking 40s. But still. But yeah, think about your position. You're a deserter in a time of national crisis. Complete social outcast. Aren't you ashamed to be flirting with a girl like this in broad daylight? And with the sister of the man who saved you? God, he is truly just pure evil. You got time to chat with a girl. How about thinking a bit about the future Japan? If I weren't so banged up, I'd be first in line to enlist. Yeah, we get it. You want to be a Nazi. And yeah, she was there listening to the whole thing. And yeah, you're not to come here again, shameless girl. Can't even take my eyes off you for a second. Both a disgrace to the people of Japan. Why are you looking at me like that? And yeah, don't go talking so big to Furukawa. Don't go talking so big to him. Whole town's talking. They say you got hurt because you're a draft dodger. Oh, that's why. Oh my god, that makes also so much sense. That he has a lot of the same societal shame because of, the environment they grew up in. That he's also feeling hyper guilty about this as well. Clearly, he did all this to draft. Like, I was wondering why, like, this whole him being super injured felt so fucking weird. But now this makes so much sense that, yeah, he was doing it to dodge the draft. And now he's taking it all out on Furukawa because, it just cannot accept it himself. He cannot deal with his own pain, so he's taking it on someone else. But yeah, what, you're saying I fell on purpose then? I'm not. Everyone in town is. And then she runs away. But yeah, so this really is seeming like he's the one who's going to get her killed here. And then, of course, he can't deal with that pain, so he's going to put it on her instead, or put it on Furukawa instead. And unfortunately, an American plane appeared in the sky just then. Shot down. Jesus Christ. I mean, I understand even more now why he was like, yeah, we can't even let you go to the dinner table. You take 5 feet out of the house, you might get shot down by a plane. And so the sister did see that too. She saw that happen, but she was outside. I'm not sure if this is actually the sister or this is just someone else, actually. This might just be someone else in the town. But either way, the sister doesn't know what really happened. And I remember my brother beating on the storeroom door that night like a man possessed. Furukawa, come out here! You killed Kimmy! Yeah, blame it on him when it was him who did it. And ever since, Furukawa's kept the door shut tight and not let any of us into his room. And we almost never go into even the storehouse itself. And it's been 8 years since then. And so yeah, he has just been dealing with this guilt for 8 years and refuses to budge. Puts it all on Furukawa. But it wasn't actually his fault, it was just bad luck. It's his fault. When Kimmy died, he closed the door to his room and avoided us. I wonder why! He's the type who runs when things get ugly. He only came slinking out 3 days later because he was hungry. Okay, yeah, so, yeah. He just doesn't let any of them in, of course. And all he said was, please let me eat. He didn't care about Kimmy. I mean, if he tried to say anything, you would flip out on him. And I'll take my revenge on him my whole life. Not stopping now. Truly despicably evil. So awful. But a month later, they're all in high spirits again. And it's been a long time since there's been a firework festival. And when the fireworks go off, we tell him it's an air raid. He'll be so scared. Oh, that's good. And yeah, even after that whole talk, she's still all on board. We make the root cellar in the yard look like a shelter and shove him in there. That's perfect. Yeah. But she's gonna do something, right? She's gotta say something. But I mean, she let this go a whole another month like she is way too weak-willed. But again, the society they've all grown up in, you can't blame her. I mean, yeah, also the fact that he's been hiding out in here for 8 years, hasn't given up, really shows the mental fortitude that he has, the willingness to see this through, the fact that his morals are so strong. Whereas this guy's buckled like a fucking weak belt. But yeah, it's strange, but now I feel most comfortable in the storehouse. But I dream sometimes. Japan's at peace and everyone's living happily. I'm free too, running around, having fun. Oh, sorry. I know me of all people shouldn't say things like that. Ah, God. Yeah, still trying to hit him with the war's not ending anytime soon. In fact, there have been air raids here and there lately. Not just the cities, the country's getting it bad too. I mean, they quite, like, this, you know, this wouldn't even be a lie if, like, it's not just the cities, the country's getting it too. Like, you know, fucking Kimmy died via exactly that exact thing. Yeah, this town's in trouble too. And yeah, the American counterattack has started. Wouldn't be surprised if they came tonight. Yeah, speaking of, there was an air raid way out here once before. One person died. And now she speaks up. Furukawa, please let me clean your room tonight, finally. You have to air your futon out sometimes. No, it's okay. I wonder if he's got something in the room. Does he have Kimmy's body in the room? Like, did they bury it? Or, like, what did they do? I don't know, but... Jesus. Don't worry, Kikyo. I'll hang Kimmy's funeral portrait in front of his face tomorrow. Jesus. Oh, God. Okay, now we're to the air raid. And okay, that was the outfits they had on in the cover there. And yep, boom, 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 the air raid started. Come on, it's an air raid. The Americans attacking. You want to die? Open up. We got to get you out of there. It's a huge group of B-29s. Can't you hear him? That noise can't stay here. But he's not coming out. He ain't coming out. Alright, just have to break the door down. Jesus Christ. Alright, slam it open. Stinks of mold. And he hung himself. Oh my God. And yeah, now they're all panicking because they're going to have 1, a dead body on their hands, 2, a dead body of a deserter on their hands. How do you get rid of this body without anybody finding out? And on top of that, now he's like, no, I can't torture you my entire life like I wanted to. My life has no meaning if I can't be torturing you. And of course, assumingly, they're also going to find Kimmy's body in here. That's the only twist I think we can do. Nope, that's not him. That's not him. For every day, for fucking 8 years, he's had Kimmy's body right here. And a note here on the floor. Adara, forgive me. It's my fault. Kimmy died. I can only apologize by dying. Okay, wait, maybe... I can only apologize by dying. Saburo Furukawa, March 12th, 1945. So what, they just been talking to a ghost this entire time? This is him? They just been talking to a ghost? I mean, I was going to say, it didn't look like Kimmy, but... it's got to be what it is. Yeah, 2 days after Kimmy died. What's going on? Oh, the propaganda. He died 8 years ago. What on earth? He ate supper here every day with that doleful face. What was that then? His ghost. Now, bang, 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 bang. The military police showing back up again. Yep. And now with his funny beard and mustache. And yeah, now, don't yell, because we don't want to invite people here. Yeah, why not? He'll hear you, that's why not. Okay, so yeah, he is just a ghost. And the ghost is coming out. I feel like we could have done a little bit of a better ending here. I feel like either not seeing this or, you know, I don't know, like, I did like this one a lot, but I feel like we could have done more with the ending here. I feel like Junji Ito is not great at his endings. He never has been. That's been the problem of all the series we read on the channel. He is not good at ending. I mean, we've been reading a lot of Kazuo Meizo too. He ain't that good at endings either. It's hard to do a good ending for a horror thing, period. I understand that, but I'm not going to give leeway because of that. But yeah, this one was very good. Ending leaves a lot to be desired, but still, I really liked the interplay between all the characters and stuff like that. But there's still so much I wish we could have done, so I gotta give it a 7, but it definitely had the potential to be like a 10. It had the potential to be a 10, but there's a lot missing. Okay, lastly, we have Village of the Siren. And this, you know, reminds me a lot of Uzumaki for sure because of that, because of the siren thing and that. Got just like an expression up here in the clouds. Is that going to be a supernatural thing, or are we just superimposing a horror expression up there? And a bat demon being called to the siren. This spiral shape of this siren tower also makes me feel just very like... It's just got very evil Dark Lord vibes. I mean, the demon bat is not what I was expecting either. It feels so not Junji Ito, but the Reanimator sword was also pretty not Junji Ito, so... And of course, the classic man and woman that Junji Ito always draws, and then girl here in the middle. Okay, yeah, so this is going to be a very religious kind of one. And somebody going up to the church here. Father, step aside. Hayama, what are you planning to do? Obviously, I'm going to free the prisoner in the church basement. Okay. What the hell's going on? Going down to the basement. Moving away, like, been blocking it off and everything. Would you destroy the village of Shirobe? Okay, so, like, there's a prisoner down there that they're doing, like, we have to keep them prisoner in order to, appease God or something like that. Again, he's the new mayor. I see. As if we would elect a mere boy like you! Mayor Yamuchi will obviously be re-elected! And if Yamuchi were to fall ill... So, okay, he is, like, worming his way into being the leader here. But I am the reincarnation of the magician Dolman. Putting a curse on Yamuchi is nothing to me. What? Fool, you're not reincarnated anything. I've been continuously reborn for the last 400 years. Is he lying? Like, insane setup. We are 2 pages in. 2 pages in. This is so, again, does not feel like a normal Junjito thing at all. I'm loving reading these very abnormal sort of ones from what we're used to. But yeah, okay, going down there. I don't even know what to say about any of this. What the hell do I say about this? We're just gotta get some more information first, I feel like. But okay. Like, he shoves him down there. You shall be the first sacrifice, Father Saito. So, is he not planning to release the prisoner? Or, I don't know. But okay, that's our setup there, that we've got a prisoner in the basement. If you let the prisoner out, it would destroy the village of Shirobe. This guy's new mayor, but he hasn't been elected. He made the other mayor fall ill, so then he was the only one who can get in there. And he might be the reincarnation of the magician Dolman, who's been reborn for the last 400 years. And he's going to sacrifice people to the prisoner in the basement. Okay. Got that all. Got it all. 2 months later, in city. Different guy here, going to his home. Postcard from Mom. CNN reports the night of another wave of the infinite abductions that have rocked the country lately. Infinite abductions, okay? So he's going around, he's going around to kidnap a bunch of infants and then sacrifice them to the prisoner, assumingly. Adding these new abductions to those from last night, there are now more than 300 missing infants. God. Ooh, interesting panel here. Interesting page layout as well. It's so bare bones, but, we'll take what we can get. This is so bare bones. But it's much more than Junji typically does. He's a very, like, 1 speech bubble, maybe 2 speech bubbles a panel. Pretty generic. So, this is doing something for him. Police are still investigating, but given the incidents always occur in the middle of the night, they have no leads. Yeah, is that what Mom was saying? No, sorry, that's just the TV. And then he's like, yeah, Mom was going to send me letters. But they built a new factory in the village. What kind of factory is built in that countryside town? This unprecedented and incomprehensible state of abductions has left families all over the country worried that their infant might be next. And Dad started working at the plant too. Heads out every day, full of vim and vigor. Maybe you could come back to the village and work there too. We have a farm though. Weird. So yeah, like the cult's growing stronger, assumingly. That this is like a cult thing as well. There's probably already a cult there, but now, it's growing stronger and stuff. Like the idea of like, oh, you come work at the factory. What is this factory making, do we think? I don't know. Is it just like a factory where you put the babies in the factory and extract their blood or something? Like, is it just that simple? And yeah, just quit farming suddenly. Alright, gonna give her a call. No answer. I couldn't get to sleep that night. Oh, flap, flap. Is that the demon bat we saw? Oh, what? Is that the demon? What? And then flap, flap away. He's just wearing socks and sandals? Is that the demon? Maybe it's not a demon. What the fuck? Oh, I felt like Mom was speaking in. Okay, so that was his mom. So everyone from this village gets wings eventually, maybe. And now, heading home. Oh, who is this? It's me, Shoko. Who's that? I'm assuming someone from the hometown. Okay, you're working in city. I heard you were in Tokyo till yesterday. So they're both returning at the same time. Okay, she's daughter of the mayor, the previous mayor, who is now sick, who is up for re-election. Yeah, not mayor anymore. He collapsed a couple months ago in the middle of the election. Turned out to be overworked. So I felt like going back to Tokyo after a few days. But he's still not any better, so I decided to come back. Okay. And so it's been a few days. Okay, so yeah. It's only been a few days since our cold open then. Well, no, it did say months later, right? Yeah, he collapsed a couple months ago. But it turned out to be overworked, so I felt like going back to Tokyo after... Oh, sorry. Other way around. few months ago, he collapsed from that. That was when our thing was, a few months ago. Then, after a few days, she returned back to Tokyo. Now, months later, she's coming back. Duh. And yeah, the new mayor lured in a factory to revitalize the town. The villagers really behind him. And guess who this mayor is? Hayama. What? Hayama? That jerk? Okay. So, interesting that, like, yeah, that guy's gonna be our, like, villain. Because, I mean, like, obviously, you know, we were doing, like, the villain twist in the cold open and stuff like that. But, like, you know, it's the, like, this guy who is, you know, going to free the prisoner is our villain. But, I mean, clearly he's not planning to free the prisoner either, to be fair. But such a weirdo. Oh, he's talking about how he's some reincarnated magician. Okay, so he's been saying that from the beginning. And he's still not even 30. And yeah, they arrive and immediately the village feels different somehow. That is the Junji Ito special. I mean, that's just, you know, actually we've been seeing that in a lot of other horror manga, to be fair, as well. So I guess that is just like a very, very common vibe in a lot of Japanese horror. You arrive back to your hometown, and you can just feel the air is different. Like they downsized or something. Interesting. Because with a factory, you would assume it'd be the other way around. But I guess this is what depopulating looks like. Fields are completely overgrown. Oh, there's Mom, just sitting out there, enjoying the day. And yeah, like, oh, you should have called. I did. No one answered. What happened with the fields? They're a disaster. We stopped farming. We have the factory now. Uh-huh. Mom seemed weird. All right, she can go for a walk. Oh, you are? Take care then. And then just sitting here, looking straight ahead. Headed for the house of my childhood friend Yukari. Nobody answers, though. But that's the bike. It must be here. And actually, this guy had, like, all female friends. Used to climb that tree to Yukari's room. She used to climb it all the time, too. And now it's like, you know, now it's almost the same height as him. Felt like, you know, so big when you were a kid, but now. Oh, she is home. Cowering in the corner, in the fetal position. Books on the occult. Yeah, so, yeah, cult shit. But no matter how much, yeah, she's not turning around. Not looking at him. The middle of the day, no one's out. Okay. The people I did pass, okay, well, you did pass some people, but yeah, they're all pretty off. They're all just kind of sitting around. Okay, here's Shoko. Never mind. She's not wrapped up into this yet. Okay, come with me a minute. Got something to show us. To the church. Dad wanted me to go check on the church. He hasn't heard from the priest since he got sick. They were good friends, so Dad's worried. And when I got here, the church has been burned to the ground, destroyed, and the head of the statue decapitated. And yeah, now her dad can't even get out of bed. If it was just overwork, he'd be getting better, but, you know, with rest. But no, he is not just overworked, something more. But also, like, destroying the church and burning it down and everything like that, not what I was expecting at all either. I guess he moved it all over to the factory or something. Release the prisoner from the church, bring it to a factory. Also, like, just start feeding it, you know, a conveyor belt of babies. And yeah, glad they're sharing the weirdness going on. He's sharing the whole thing with Yukari as well. Oh, she's right over there. Maybe we should follow her, see where she's going. Okay. She can respond to us. She's got some sense in her. But there's dried blood in her ear. Are they pumping the blood through the ear, or are they, like, squeezing the blood out of the ear? I jammed an ear pick in them, so I'm okay now. So, is that to do with the siren, maybe? And that's also why she couldn't hear him and stuff? Didn't hear the phone ringing and everything? Why, you know, everybody's kind of off? Yeah. You should too. Otherwise, the siren. My mom and dad, they were eaten. I saw it. Okay, yeah. So that's the depopulation going on here. Being fed to whatever the fuck you're being fed to. And it's dusk. The siren's gonna go off. Running home. Siren goes off. Calls home some demons to come eat some babies or eat the parents if there's none for them. That's why we're kidnapping the orphans so we're not having to die. But okay, her dad's actually sane right now as well. That's good to know. And yeah, my mom was off too. She didn't used to be like that. My mom was weird too. And my dad, haven't seen him yet. But he poured his heart into the farm and he just gave it up like that. Started the new factory. And demon flying above. But yeah, okay. They spot it. Look at that. It sure is big for a bat. Actually, it's way too big. Let's go after it. Yeah, no. Yeah, something's wrong with this town. I'm going home. If you want to chase it, go ahead. I'm leaving. I just can't. You're going to leave your dad here, though? Like, I get being scared, but you can't leave your dad here. Yeah, kind of looks like a pterosaur. like a pterodactyl, but a pterosaur. Yeah, actually, it looks more like a demon. Yeah, like one of those Western demons in Yukari's book. Yeah. And okay, yep, so it goes to the Siren's tower here. And okay, so she did return to her dad. Okay. But yeah, Father Saito wasn't there. Yeah, get on the bus out of town tomorrow. You can't stay here. Things have been odd since Hayama became mayor. He's likely the one who burned the church down. He couldn't have broken the seal in the basement. Okay. So there was, like, inside the basement there was another seal. He couldn't break it, so that way he burned down the church instead. According to the old church records, about 400 years ago, a magician called Dolmen came to this village with a group of mercenaries. This Dolmen used black magic to summon 3 demons to work evil for him. They set houses on fire, 8 people, controlled the villagers with their terrifying voices. Unable to endure any longer, the people got help from the mercenaries to defeat Dolmen and destroy 2 of the demons. They locked the last one up in the church basement. Okay, so they could only defeat 2, they couldn't defeat all 3. And so assumingly nobody in the town knows about any of this, just the church guy knows about this, and he was the one going like, there's no way you're Dolmen, you really should have taken him a lot more seriously. You were the only one who knew about this whole tale. You know, why would this guy know about being Dolmen, you know? Like, unless the whole town knows, but... And the big bat wing, the demon wing. If that seal was broken, the tragedy of 400 years ago is unfolding once more. In fact, it might already be too late. Yeah, almost time for the Siren. I assume the Siren is the thing that calls them back home. But I don't know, he came here before the Siren, actually, so... And yeah, you gotta stop yourself from hearing it, so actually I'm not sure what we're gonna do with it. And yeah, okay, so it's the Siren at the factory. Goes off every night at this time. Mustn't listen to it, it's the demon Siren. You'll be okay if you only hear it the once, but when you get on the bus... Wait. You'll be okay if you only hear it the once. But then you get on the bus in the morning to... Yeah. Okay, I thought he was going to explain what happens if you hear it more than once, but... But yeah, and because of the Siren, he can't move and everything like that. Most of the villagers have had their minds invaded. I've endured thanks to my faith. Okay. But yeah, what happened to the priest as well, I wonder? But okay, yeah. But unable to move. And yeah, that Siren's the reason Mom and the others are so weird. Hurry, plug your ears, here it comes! Oh boy, what's gonna happen? They say you can hear it once and we'll be okay. That's what they say. And okay, yeah, they're all being drawn to the Siren. I see. Everyone gathers around. And he just passed out. Okay, yeah, gotta get home. But he's right outside the factory. What are they doing? Going down. Oh, and there's Hayama dressed up as Magician Dolmen. And okay, yeah. Lord Dolmen, what do you think? The men of the village have worked hard digging this hole. I believe it is now large enough. So, okay, are we just digging down into where the, seal, we can't break the seal. We're just going to dig from above down into the room. So they've just been digging this hole for months and months and months. And the ceremony will take place tomorrow night. Bring in the babies. Bring in another infant. And yeah, just a line of them. All the old women go out to get the babies because they'd be the least conspicuous to be taking them. And yeah, there's just so many of these. And again, it's from all over Japan. How are they going from this village to all over Japan and back? I don't know. And yeah, his mom is one of them as well. I don't know what to talk about what happened next. The cries of those innocent babies stopped, and the people of the village would do something so horrible that my mother would do as well. Yep, draining the blood from those babies. So, okay, you're the one who didn't bring a sacrifice, but please forgive me, families are on guard now. I'm not interested in excuses. Offer her to him. Okay, so yeah. So the babies are for the blood, but then people who fail to do the task are fed to this thing. That's what happened to Yukari. Her parents assumingly failed to either dig the hole, failed to deliver the babies. And okay. So this, what the fuck is this actually? What is that? I'm not sure. Looks more like Cthulhu-esque than, looks more Lovecraftian in general, I should say, than, a demon there, but yep, fed her right to him. Tomorrow night we'll perform the ritual to summon the devil. We need a beautiful village girl to offer as a sacrifice. Any ideas? And yeah, Lord Dolmen, I saw the former mayor's daughter yesterday. You mean Shoko? Excellent! Bring her here tomorrow. To sacrifice Shoko. It's up to you. It's up to you, boy. But, yeah, the Siren making it hard for you to even move. I mean, you're having to see your mother doing all this as well, being a part of this. And yeah, just keeps falling over and over again, tripping over himself. Damn, fell any number of times so that it was almost dawn when I reached Shoko's house. Damn. Yeah, your body is not your own. Okay, yeah. Oh, father died. He finally was taken by the Siren. Yep. Exhausted all his strength last night. Finally gave in. I mean, at least he didn't give in to the Siren. He just, his life gave in. And did he kill himself? Or was it like more, you just mean like he exhausted himself so much that it was like he gave up his life? And the sun was already high in the sky when we left our house. I had recovered a fair bit, but Shoko was still half paralyzed. Damn, I'm surprised I thought it was going to be the other way around. Yes, my faith as strong as his was. I don't think so, because you're much weaker than we were. And we're not a Christian at all, it seems. He hasn't brought it up once, but he's doing fine. Yeah, this village now belongs to the demon. Just got to get out of here and hope that, maybe we can go to the authorities or something. But the magic of the Siren had already gotten to us by then. Didn't even think of jumping on the bus out of town. That's my favorite part of the Junji Ito stories, though, is like, Junji Ito is never concerned with, trying to make his characters do logical things, He gets the appeal of the Lovecraftian, like, you're being drawn to do this bad thing, that's the classic thing, you're watching a horror movie, you're going, don't go in that door! But, like, in a Junji Ito story, it's always like, I don't know why I'm being drawn to go in that door. Versus in any other situation, you're like, why the fuck would you be going in that door? But for Junji Ito, you get it. He covers his bases. Even when he doesn't have to say it like this. But to be fair, I feel like in every one of his series, he has the people outright say to the audience, like, I don't know why I'm doing this. Or I know I'm not doing the smart thing. But, that's just what's happening. I'm being drawn to it. And so, yeah. And even when he doesn't say that stuff, I feel like his later stuff he doesn't really say it as much. He makes it much more subtle. But yeah, it allows him to do so much crazy shit, that you wouldn't be able to do in other stuff, because it'd be like, well, how would I get a person into this scenario? Junji, don't worry about that. And like, yeah, bringing Shoko home. Tell Mom the plant is dead. Okay, tied her up. Nice. Yeah, Mom, where'd you get that baby last night? Baby? What baby? I don't know anything about a baby. Anyway, Koichi, who is that, your girlfriend? And yeah, where's Dad? Haven't seen him at all. Went to the new factory. Went to work. Well, not the new factory. Isn't the one new factory. Siren sounded again that night. And we didn't leave. We're still just here. But yeah, gotta untie her. I have to go again tonight to get babies from all over Japan and bring them back here somehow. I have to take a baby and offer it to Lord Cruffith. Who the fuck? Lord Cruffith's a demon. Okay. He's even greater than Dolman. There's a demon in that factory. He eats you if you disobey him. He'll eat me if I don't bring a sacrifice. And he's eaten half the villagers already. He ate your dad! Okay. So, that's where Dad went. No use covering your ears. Can't go against the sound. It reverberates through your body. It's the voice of Lord Curith. Or, Cruffith. That's his voice. And her, yeah. You're Shoko, aren't you? You're going to be sacrificed to the devil. The devil's coming tonight. The devil will appear by the lake of baby blood we made. Okay, so they're just making... That's the hole they're making, is to pour so much baby blood into to make a lake of baby blood. This is so not Junji Ito, so I love it. I love seeing him branch out and doing some experimental stuff. Oh, right. I forgot. Okay. Yeah, I'll grow wings. Okay. That's how they're able to go across all of Japan. That's how they're able to do it. With their own bat wings. God, that looks so good. It's so not Junji Ito. I love it. I hope we get to see more of the stuff as we go through his one-shots occasionally. Him just doing a, really straight-up religious supernatural thing, which is typically not what he does. But yeah. Lord Cruffith bestowed these wings on us, only on the village women. This way we can fly anywhere in Japan. This all happened because you young people went off to cities. Things would be different if you hadn't left the village. If only you hadn't. I love that we're making this a fucking ageist thing at the very end. Like, this is because of all the young people going out to the cities. And before I knew it, Shoko and I were walking along the night road. Ooh, I love this shot. That's real nice. Damn, that looks so good. I don't know why it's so low detail, but it's just the angle looks so good. It's so not Junji Ito. I know I keep saying it for this one shot, but it can't be any more true. Alright, pour that baby blood into the lake. Yeah, I don't think we got nearly enough. That's still such a big... We didn't need to dig that deep. We didn't need to dig that deep at all. It's so much room from the lip of the thing to the actual lake. A demon flew around above us ecstatically. Grooveth. And then the ritual to summon the devil began. Bringing in the sacrifice of Shoko. Oh no, Yukari. Okay, I guess they couldn't get Shoko, so they got Yukari instead. Yeah, taking her in Shoko's place. Couldn't do anything but just stand and watch. Hear me, great and mighty devil Lufudo! Appear before us in your jet black majesty! And yeah, she glances at us, I think. Oh, that's sick as hell. Is that both his hands, or is that just one hand? Yeah, it's just one hand. But it's got 5 fingers here. I don't know. Oh, the rippling muscles. Oh, it's so big. Okay, maybe we did need a thing this big. Look at the size of that hand compared to them. I offer you this young and beautiful virgin. Oh, this hand, so creepy. The leatheriness of the skin. The ancientness of that skin. Now take her. Nope, shove her in instead. You'll grab him. Okay, and then is it gonna, like, rebel because it didn't get the beautiful sacrifice that he wanted? Girl, wait! The magic's not working! Lord Lufudu, not me, not Dolman! The virgin is the sacrifice! Yeah, he didn't want him. Oh, splat against the wall like that. Oh, God, I love it. So different. Okay, he's gonna claw his way up here. Alright, let's get the hell out of here while we can. At least she's in the right mind enough to escape or fight back or do anything. Ooh, okay. She grabbed something to make a salt circle with. What is this, just a pole with a bunch of salt in it? I don't know, but... Or maybe she's just, like, digging a circle in the ground, and that's enough. It's not salt at all, maybe. At the time, I didn't know what Yukari was doing. Holy shit! Okay, that's really cool. That's... Junji, please do more of this shit. Well, I feel the closest we got was, like, you know, Hellstar Remina or something. The devil roared. His voice was terrifying. It was orders of magnitude louder than Krufus thought through the speaker. Okay, okay. So it's like that, but not the speaker at all. And all the wings popping out. What's going on? The woman flew up and began attacking the men. Okay. So yeah, just full takeover. And Shoko as well. Those wings form. We fucked now. Okay, okay. Yukari grabs us, brings us into the circle. Never mind. Good, good, good. Yukari, you made a magic circle. Be a good girl and come on out. And okay, well, she's grabbed by the devil. Eaten up. Yummy, yummy, yummy. But yeah, can't leave the circle. Can't leave the circle. And that was the sad and abrupt end of the beautiful and gentle Shoko. After circling above the town, the demons flew off to the east. All hell had broken loose. I'm sure the devil took his maidens to the big cities to bring about a new, dark age. Soon, a fearsome cry like that siren will echo across the entire world. Cool, cool, cool. I like this a lot. Honestly, 9 out of 10 for this one. 9 out of 10. I like it. You know, it would have been, I think we could have used one more panel of seeing Shoko and Kyoichi in, like, their magic circle with, like, just seeing the destruction in the cities and then cutting back to them and knowing, like, they're still just, like, stuck in this magic circle. They leave this magic circle, they're dead, but they can't live their lives in this magic circle. It's just a matter of time, just a clock ticking down. I like this one, though. I like this one a lot. Again, it's so very different, so very, 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 very different. Of course I love that, but I also just love the art in it. I'm a sucker for the going back to the village ones. I feel like the going back to a village you grew up in tends to be a plot I'm really, really finding myself into. The religious aspect, I think Junji does very well, surprisingly. And yeah, I think that's it. I guess, like, how did he break the seal? You know, we didn't really ever find out, like, how he broke the seal or how he got the guy out. I guess they were just saying, like, yeah, he couldn't have broken the seal, but I guess he did. Maybe with his dolmen magic. But yeah. Great one. Loved this one. Hope you guys enjoyed this collection of one-shots. Again, this was basically every one-shot Junji did in the 80s, and then a few from 1990, just to, you know, cover everything that was in the Deserter prepackaged by Viz collection. So I feel like it would have been easier to do it that way. But I'm going to title this video like every 80s one-shot, because it's mostly all the 80s one-shots. But yeah, this was really fun getting to see his progress go up through here, and yeah, as I said, I was hoping I was going to get to Oshiki or something, whatever it was called, Oshiriki, whatever that one was, that also came out around this time, or at least one of the chapters did. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to it for this Halloween. I really was preparing to, but, you know, there's a lot on my plate here. So, I will either see you for that next year. I doubt, I'm just going to say, there's no way it's coming out. So I'll see you for that next year. Hopefully that and a collection of one-shots as well, again, like we did here. I'm not sure how many I'll do, because he's got a hell of a lot in the 90s, so I doubt we're going to just do, like, all the 90s ones. But we'll play it, and we'll see how we do. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Tell me which ones are your, give me, like, your top 3. What were your guys' top 3 one-shots from this collection? If you've watched this entire video, please leave me a comment that is that. I would love it, especially if you expanded upon why. But you don't even have to do that if you just want to give me a top 3. But I would love it if you did expand upon them and explained why. Yeah, and if there was, you know, also, if you were willing to, what was a chapter that didn't quite do it for you in this collection? I feel like, you know, the good part of a collection is you got some good, you got some bad. So, like, what was your favorites? What one didn't quite do it for you? I'm curious to hear. Let me know. Until next time, get the fuck out of here.